be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-854-4040. That's 800-854-4040. 800-854-4040.
Whether you're new to the trucking industry or looking for a change from your current driving job, Schneider has an opportunity for you. Need a CDL? Take advantage of our company-paid training and tuition reimbursement programs. Ready to advance your driving career? Check out Schneider's wide variety of driving job options that fit both your current needs and your goals for the future. Start or grow your trucking career at Schneider. See what we have to offer at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Starting your business or ready to expand? Bringing big ideas to life can come with even bigger costs. At Wintrust, we're here for it. With a different approach to help you take big leaps and start new chapters. As a business client, you'll be paired with a dedicated expert to guide you in finding the right products and services to fit your goals. Our approach can take your business to the next level. Learn more at wintrust.com/here. Wintrust. Different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Community Banks. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Baseball season, it's in full swing. No better place to be than Kalshi. Kalshi. The America's #1 prediction market platform. Chicago's Northside baseball team is trading at 3.9% to win it all. That means a $100 trade pays out over $2,402 with a win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, you download the Kalshi app. You use the code Dustin to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading does involve risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEBNOW1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Government Mule. Kicking in your stall, Summer Tour 2026.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. Yeah. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, someone that's just mailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Baker gathers it in, and the AL in a shutout. The American League has now claimed 11 of the last 13 All-Star games.
Vargas sends one deep to left, and a no doubt about it, Vargas' second deck bomb.
His father was an absolute stud in Cuba, and now he just homered in the All-Star game.
Baez grounds one towards the middle. Backhand stab by Clement. Heaves a throw and gets him. Wow. Ernie Clement, who's known more for his bat, shows off the glove right here, John.
What a play.
And the American League has pitched the first shutout in the All-Star game in 13 years.
Tough night for the National League hitters.
That's the 15th strikeout. Two-run single, Cody Bellinger. And the American League gets to Sanchez here in the first.
Cody Bellinger, the Ted Williams MVP. There you go, Cody. Congrats. Enjoy it.
Bryce Matthews, who struck out looking his first time up. Matthews getting the start in left field tonight. Matthews hits it in the air pretty well to center. Going back on it is Rafaela at the wall, looking up. See you later! Bryce Matthews with his first long ball of the year, right by the Phillips 66 home run pump, and the Astros lead 4-0. That went 434 feet just to the left of straightaway center, and it was 111 miles an hour off Matthews' bat.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration.
Play balls in those first 2 innings, and then after that, it just kind of went away. Not a lot of hitting yesterday for the Cubs, so hopefully today things will be a little different. It should be a decent day to hit. We've had some rain, but you got to swing the bats. That's the one thing you're hoping that post All-Star break will bring.
Time now for the keys to today's game, sponsored by Heat and Frost Insulators and the Illinois Regional Insulation Contractors. Visit local17insulators.com, and by Toyota. Visit your Chicagoland Toyota dealer or toyota.com today. So left-hander Matthew Boyd Coombs starts for the Cubs. Right-hander Taj Bradley is going for Minnesota.
Well, for Matthew, at the end of the day, he's got that high two-seam fastball that he runs at the top of the zone, and it's a really good pitch. The other thing about Matthew, since he's come off the injured list, is it just looks like his arm is alive. I speak from the hitter's perspective always, but you look at the ball and it looks like it's jumping out of his hand, and that means his secondary pitches are even that much better. So, I just look forward to seeing him pitch again today. For Bradley, he's a guy, he's been on a roll. He's throwing the ball well before the break, the outings before. And to me, he's one of those guys that good fastball, top of the zone, cutter, same thing, and then he goes to the split. So, it's a familiar kind of strategy with a curveball that we see in the league, but he has been pitching very well.
And as you mentioned, it rained earlier this afternoon, but now they've removed the tarp from the playing surface. They're fixing up the infield. And, Coom, I think the field looks pretty good considering the amount of rain we had earlier.
I think we're just fine. I think the baseball gods have taken care of us on this special day for the Cubs, and we're not going to have a delay, which is perfect for the celebration we're about to have.
Very poetic. Cloudy, 84 degrees, wind blowing from left to right. Coming up, PCA next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
A severe infection and cancer left both of Art's lungs weak and deteriorated. The solution? A life-saving procedure, removing both damaged lungs and transplanting 2 healthy donor lungs. Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Coom here. Baseball's been around a long time, since the 1800s, when pitchers threw underhand. You know what's been around even longer? Yuengling. Yuengling started brewing in 1829. People were drinking a cold Yuengling before baseball even existed. No box scores, no seventh-inning stretches, just great beer that stood the test of time for 197 years. So next time you're at a ballpark, grab a Yuengling traditional lager, because just like baseball, legends stand the test of time. Yuengling is proud to be the official beer of the Cubs Radio Network.
D.G. Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
For over 60 years, Fitzgerald Equipment has kept Illinois and Wisconsin moving with forklifts, rentals, and expert service. Featuring heli forklifts built to go the distance. Visit FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Trusted equipment powered by heli. Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Proud partner of Cubs Radio.
As the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs, Sloan has been a trusted presence at Wrigley Field for generations, delivering reliable, sustainable restroom solutions for fans. Today, Sloan is expanding beyond the restroom and into the concourse with innovative bottle fillers, providing clean drinking water while helping reduce plastic waste throughout the friendly confines. From water efficiency to innovation, Sloan continues to support the Cubs and their fans all season long. Learn more at sloan.com, and go Cubs go!
Hey, it's Ron Coomer. This season, my partner Jeff Neidiger and I are honoring our heroes through Veteran of the Game on The Score. Jeff's a combat veteran himself, helping families sell their homes the easy way since 2007.
Whether it's an inherited property or you just need to sell without the hassle, we buy houses as is with no gimmicks. You pick the timeline, take all your memories, and we handle everything else.
Give them a call at 630-556-8892. That's 630-556-8892 or jeffbuysyourhouse.com.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
Mully and Haw talk Cubs baseball on Chicago Sports every weekday morning from 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app. Cubs hosting Minnesota. This is the Cubs radio pregame show driven by our Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. It is time now for the Inside Pitch, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. What makes us better makes you better. And we say hello to Score Baseball insider Bruce Levine.
Pete Crow Armstrong was the most popular National League player at the All-Star game. Coming home, PCA admitted he needed some time away from the spotlight, but tells you why he has been dominating since June.
I just think it's a lot of natural growth as a hitter. I think I'm turning myself into a real hitter. I feel more like a complete hitter, and I'm looking forward to continuing that as we go.
With a top wild card berth right now, Pete thinks his team's performing at a high level.
I think everybody being excited to get back and kick this stuff off is really all we need. We got a lot to look forward to, so I think everybody's just excited to do it together.
Zach, for the first time in 3 years, it appears that Shohei Ohtani has competition for the National League MVP honors.
That's something. Bruce, thank you. The Tigers come to town this Monday for the final 3 games of the homestand. Tickets still available, so get yours at Cubs.com/tickets. Coming up, the latest on Dansby Swanson. That's next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
This weekend, we celebrate 10 years since the Chicago Cubs won it all, right here on the Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicagoland, get with a winning team, the all-new Toyota on Edens, one of Chicagoland's fastest-growing Toyota dealers. You'll find big savings in our lineup of 300 new Toyotas, and servicing your current Toyota has never been easier. With extended service hours, Uber pickup and drop-off, and every Saturday, Toyota oil changes are only $29.95. The best way is right off the expressway at Toyota on Edens or ToyotaOnEdens.com.
Cubs fans, it's Mully from the Mully and Haw Show weekday mornings from 5:30 to 10.
Every morning, Chicago turns to us for the latest on the Cubs and the entire Chicago sports scene.
We'll break down the biggest stories, we'll talk with great Cub guests, and hear from you, too.
Start your day with Chicago Sports Talk on the Mully and Haw Show, weekday mornings from 5:30 to 10 on the official radio home of the Cubs, Sports Radio 104.3 The Score. And don't forget, you can watch us live every morning on YouTube and Twitch.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be, with no bet fees in Illinois. Circa Sports brings you player-friendly pricing, enhanced in-game options, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
You're stopped in traffic and a distracted driver slams into your car. That's wrong. You're walking up to your apartment and fall on a loose step. That's wrong. Then insurance companies question you like it's your fault. They don't care about you, only their bottom line. That's wrong. Insurance companies are tough. D&W Law Group is tougher. Call D&W, Chicago's injury law group at 312-888-8888. They'll fight to make it right and get you the compensation you deserve. Don't wait. Call the 8s. 312-888-8888.
When buying your next car, let Consumers Credit Union put you in the driver's seat with competitive rates and flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
All Cubs triples and saves are sponsored by Northern Illinois Food Bank. Help close the door on hunger. Visit solvehungertoday.org. Cubs home versus Minnesota.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Baseball's brightest stars take the field for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Baseball brings us together.
Last time you guys went head-to-head, it was a little more stressful. This is a little more chill of a day.
This is much better. I can give Schneider a big old hug.
All is right. Mike Trout is playing in the All-Star Game.
And the Yankees have all 3 runs batted in.
Front door sinker's probably a bad idea, huh? Let's do it.
Juan's got a look on his face like, man, that's nasty. How about a 3-strikeout first inning?
Technology break.
In every voice rising from the crowd, there is hope. Oh, what a play, Ernie Clement.
Wow!
In every at-bat, the opportunity to take your swing and to write your place in history.
Wow, that ball is absolutely destroyed by Miguel Vargas. The American League has pitched the first shutout in the All-Star Game in 13 years.
Cody, congratulations on the 2026 All-Star Game MVP.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to beat a judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables.
No vegetables?
No vegetables.
No, is it straight protein?
Yeah.
At all, and is full of players that have accomplished a lot and MVPs, and a special thing to walk in on. So I think for me it was just a real joy to get to watch players that have done it at the highest level and learn from them.
Did any one of those guys take you under their wing at the time?
Yeah, I mean, I think of that group that was there in 16, Jay and Riz were always, kind of above and beyond as far as making sure I was included in things away from the field, and just, kind of showing me things that have allowed them to have success and enjoy the big leagues, and everyone does it in their own way. But, I think players learn from teammates more than anybody else.
Obviously, the goal is to do what they did with this group, or any group that you have with this club going forward. Do you allow yourself to think of what it would be like to win a championship here in this city?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's a very important thing to reflect on and to work backwards from. And obviously there's a lot of small details and days that go into making that even possible. But, I think it's a part of what's always ticking in the background and what every group should strive for, absolutely.
Do you love that kind of pressure?
I don't really see that as pressure. That's more like an opportunity, and it's great to see people here today that have made that a reality, and seeing the bond that they have 10 years later now and for life. And you can kind of always have that with teammates when you see them again, but I imagine it's on a completely different level when you've achieved and experienced something like that together.
Now, you've achieved some things in the game since you first became acquainted with that group. What do they tell you, the guys that you were close to from that group? Do they talk to you about the things that you're doing now, the team that you're playing on in 2026?
Yeah, I mean, I think guys in general just want each other to, have long, healthy careers. And, there's some years that are better than others, and moments that go well and moments that don't. But, when you've shared close moments with teammates and players and get to know their families, it's a great thing when, you see friends and teammates have success. So, mainly just nice to have a good hug and see guys and just know that, they're doing well post-career or whatever it is they're into now. And, you always stay in touch, but there's nothing like sharing a locker room.
The 2026 group as a whole, you guys have been through so many trials and tribulations as a team and individually this season. What does it say that you guys are still, you just started the second half of the season, that you're within striking distance through all of that?
I think it's a bit of a callous group in that way, and that, I do think there is something to going through things that aren't exactly a part of, the script you dream out in spring training and stuff. But like you said, the opportunity is still right there ahead of us, and I think we have our best baseball in front of us.
What's the toughest thing about having to overcome difficult times?
I think it's always there's always the kind of question, both individually and as a group, of when things aren't going well, at one point do you change things, or do you stick things out and stay stubborn to what you've been doing? And I think that's all a part of reaffirming what you believe in and creating confidence, and I think we're in a great place.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Nico Horner, and you hear in the background a thunderous ovation. That's because Theo Epstein has just been introduced to the crowd here. He's standing behind home plate along with current Cubs president of baseball operations, Jed Hoyer. The Cubs are honoring the 10-year anniversary of the 2016 championship team here at Wrigley Field this weekend. During this Twin Series, the 50-50 raffle will feature a guaranteed $75,000 jackpot. Fans in Illinois can purchase tickets at cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning of each game, now through the end of Sunday's game. Coming up, the Manager Show, next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
10 years ago, the Cubs made history. This weekend, we celebrate the 2016 champions here on the Cubs Radio Network.
Want to rethink what's possible? How about being an investor? Not just in your future, but in the future. Well, it all starts with Invesco QQQ. For more than 25 years, this single ETF has given investors a direct line to the NASDAQ 100. That's 100 leading innovators behind advances in personal tech, science, and robotics, just to name a few. And you can access it all with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco QQQ is the proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
There are risks when investing in ETFs, including possible loss of money. ETFs' risks are similar to those of stocks. Investments in the tech sector are subject to greater risk and more volatility than more diversified investments. The NASDAQ 100 Index comprises the 100 largest non-financial companies on the NASDAQ. You can't invest directly into an index. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit Invesco.com for a prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully before investing. Invesco is not affiliated with the Chicago Cubs. Invesco Distributors, Inc. From the ballpark to the beach, Sea Glass wines are here to help you unwind. Sustainably crafted and refreshingly delicious, Sea Glass brings you the bright, crisp taste of California's Central Coast. No matter where the game takes you, whether you're meeting up before the game or kicking back after a well-earned win, Sea Glass is the perfect companion. So relax, refresh, and find your coastal state of mind with Sea Glass, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, dedicated to helping you move better so you can live better. Our team of highly trained professionals provides empathetic, timely, efficient, and highest quality care to our patients. From state-of-the-art imaging to convenient rehab locations, we're here for you. With 14 Ortho Access immediate care facilities, get same-day orthopedic treatment. Experience close-to-home care you deserve. Visit IBJI.com for locations and services.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Today's Tito's Handmade Vodka Canine of the Game is Paulie, a 5-year-old black lab from Lincoln Park. If the Northside team strikes out 9 players, Tito's will make a $100 donation to Paws Chicago. Cubs Twins here at Wrigley Field. It's time now to hear from manager Craig Counsell. Brought to you by Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy. Sip the fruity candy-coated chaos. Counsell is embracing the festivities honoring the 2016 championship team.
This is it's a fun day for the fans to celebrate a team that, gave Chicago a ton of memories. Was a great team, was an entertaining team, and a team that will be remembered forever.
It's one championship now in 118 years, so there's room for more. I'm curious, as a manager, you've been around.
It's kind of cynical.
Yeah, but the point is that, you've managed for a while. You've held the trophy as a player. How much are you itching to sort of do that as a manager?
I mean, look, you work every day for it, I think I was talking to Tommy. We were talking to Tommy yesterday, and it is so hard, and I was lucky to did 2 and 4 years as a player, my first 4 years, and it's been 25 years, and it's hard, and it makes you, I think, for the guys that are back in town, I think it makes you appreciate it even more because it's so difficult to do. And it just makes you treasure it, no question about it. And I think it makes you work at it and understand that it takes your best every single day if you want to even have a chance at it. And from that perspective, it's inspiring.
Yeah, some great perspective there from current Cubs manager Craig Counsell. When we come back, the pitching matchup next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, Southwest Airlines here with more reasons why flying Southwest from Chicago just makes sense. We treat you right. We're reliable as heck. And, this is big, we go where you want to go with over 80 nonstop destinations out of Midway alone. So go with what just makes sense. Don't overthink it. That's for FIPS, WOBAs, and WARPs. Am I right? Southwest Airlines, the official airline of your Chicago Cubs. Based on published Midway flight schedules as of 2/24/26.
When I got a new car, I thought my insurance premium would increase and empty my bank account. Like if a tween won the lottery.
I've invested most of my winnings in chicken tenders because they're bomb. But bro, I bought a house and it's sick, bro. I'm thinking the floor is gonna be all trampoline, bro. With the helipad on the roof. The contractor said it's structurally unsound, but they're just being babies.
But switching to Geico saved me hundreds, so my bank account is safe.
It feels good to save some hard-earned cash. It feels good to Geico.
Whether your AC stops working, you've got a clogged drain, or need an extra outlet installed, Four Seasons has you covered. They're available 24/7 for emergency service with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. And Four Seasons has over 30,000 five-star reviews on Google with an A+ BBB rating. For all your cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, you know who to call.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
From supply lists to shoe shopping to juggling all the schedules, getting ready for back to school isn't exactly magical. Luckily, the Great Clips app kinda is. With just a few taps, you can find a salon near you. Tap check-in when you're ready, and you can get a message when it's your turn. Oh, and the savings? You won't believe them. So when it's time for back-to-school haircuts, tap into the magic of the Great Clips app and make at least some of your stress disappear. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Cubs hosting Minnesota. It's the middle game of a 3-game set between these two. The 2016 championship team is being honored. This is the 10-year anniversary of that World Series championship you never thought you would see. And Anthony Rizzo right now is walking in right center field with the World Series trophy in his hands. Who Are You Banking On is sponsored by Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth. since 1868. I'm banking on Alex Bregman, who has 2 career home runs and 6 at-bats, versus Taj Bradley, which gets us to the pitching matchup. Sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Matthew Boyd is going for the Cubs. The veteran left-hander is 5-1 with a 4.50 ERA. He's won 3 straight starts, including a victory in Cincinnati last weekend when he went 6 1/3 innings, 4 runs on 6 hits in some very difficult conditions to pitch at Great American Ballpark. Meantime, Taj Bradley is on the hill for the Twins. He's 9-3 with a 3.59 ERA. Bradley beat the Angels last weekend, allowing just 2 earned runs in 7 innings of work, 6 strikeouts. Kyle Hendricks has just thrown a ceremonial first pitch as, again, the Cubs are honoring the 2016 championship team on this, the 10-year anniversary of what that squad was able to accomplish. Legends forever in the city of Chicago. Let's take a look at the baseball scoreboard. Top of the 5th right now in Cleveland. It's the Pirates on top of the Guardians, 2-1. Jacob Gonzalez with a 2-run home run for Pittsburgh. Coming up in a little bit, the Phillies are home against the Mets. The White Sox on the road to take on the Blue Jays in Toronto. Reds visiting the Rockies in Colorado. The Astros are home against the Orioles. Padres and Royals will face off in Kansas City. The Diamondbacks are hosting the Cardinals later on this afternoon. Now let's pause as we...
And a call, strike 3. Change up right down the chute.
Watch his bite on this ball. Whee! Right at the bottom of the zone.
Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Sanchez.
Well, that changeup rears its ugly head again, this time to Haggerty, and see how far out in front he was of that one.
Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts for Sanchez. He's mixed it in all his pitches, and he picks up another K.
Stewart takes off. Soft strike. Bang. Throw. Sailed into center. Stewart didn't realize it.
Yeah, this is more of a hand grenade than it was a throw toward second.
It's interesting get up for the ballpark.
Yeah, looks like he needs some sun.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Looks like a cup. That might not help the footing.
Something comes flying onto the field there. Lucky that flew into a dead spot there.
Foul tip off the top of the glove. Looks up and is able to find it.
Wow. Welcome to the big leagues, Cole.
Another breaking ball, skied to left. And this ball is going to, it hit a bird.
You believe that?
Bird. I've never seen that.
Well, I've heard of birdies in golf. That's the first birdie I've seen in baseball.
Santana's probably thinking a bird in hand. That's the first of the 1987 season.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your...
And yet wave o'er the land of the free. And the home of the brave.
John Vincent performing the national anthem this afternoon here at the friendly confines. It's time for baseball at Wrigley Field. Cubs, Twins, Pat, Ron, next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
10 years ago, the Cubs made history. This weekend, we celebrate the 2016 champions here on the Cubs Radio Network.
And they're out of here. If a Cubs pitcher strikes out 9 players during a regular season home game, Tito's Handmade Vodka will donate $250 to Paws Chicago, up to $10,000 per year. As one of the largest comprehensive no-kill animal welfare organizations in the nation, Paws Chicago continues to build programs to end the killing of homeless pets. Cheers to the home team with Tito's. And let's hear it for the Cubs. Distilled and bottled like 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
The winning lineup for your home starts with the appliance experts at Grand Appliance. With premium brands like Bosch and Thermador, Grand Appliance can help your home perform like an all-star. And with fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day, Grand makes it easy to upgrade your home with the latest appliance innovations. Shop grandappliance.com or one of their 12 Chicagoland locations to learn more. That's Grand Appliance, Chicago's hometown appliance leader since 1930.
Every team needs a closer. Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs, Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan.
Baker gathers it in, and the AL in a shutout. The American League has now claimed 11 of the last 13 All-Star games.
Vargas sends one deep to left, and a no doubt about it, Vargas' second deck bomb.
His father was an absolute stud in Cuba, and now he just homered in the All-Star game.
Baez grounds one towards the middle. Backhand stab by Clement. Heaves a throw and gets him. Wow. Ernie Clement, who's known more for his bat, shows off the glove right here, John. What a play. And the American League has pitched the first shutout in the All-Star game in 13 years. Tough night for the National League hitters. That's the 15th strikeout. Two-run single, Cody Bellinger. And the American League gets to Sanchez here in the first.
Cody Bellinger, the Ted Williams MVP. There you go, Cody. Congrats. Enjoy it.
Bichette. He will two-hop it over, and he is able to get Bohm. Looks at the wall, it's gone! Into the trees for the 9-hole hitter, Francisco Alvarez.
Strike three, called inside corner to end the inning. Christian Scott has struck out 7 Phillies through 5 scoreless innings.
Beatty swings and drives one right field to the wall. He'll turn and watch it fly. Brett Beatty, a solo home run, gives the Mets a 2-0 lead. To left, Marsh going back, it's over his head. He turns and it's gone, it's snuck over.
It's Pat Hughes reporting. It's a warm summer day, a little cloudy, but it's dry. We had a shower pass through here about an hour ago, but that is a thing of the past. It looks like we're going to have a good day for Game 2 of the series. The Cubs lost the opener last night, 5-2 to Minnesota. Today they'll try to even things up as they send left-hander Matthew Boyd to the mound. Boyd has won each of his last 3 starts. He'll be opposed by Taj Bradley, a 9-game winner for Minnesota. The Cubs are taking the field. Let's go ahead and take a timeout. Back with the lineups and the first pitch right after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Make your house a home with premium paints and stains from Benjamin Moore. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben for interiors. Or protect your exteriors with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. Available exclusively at locally owned Benjamin Moore stores. Their high-quality products ensure a flawless finish every time. Ready to start your next project? Visit BenjaminMoore.com to find a retailer near you. Benjamin Moore. See the love.
It's game time, and that makes it the perfect time for a Flight by Yuengling. Just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and packed with flavor. Flight is the next generation of light beer. From the oldest brewery in America, look for Flight wherever you buy beer. Patrick, they just got done with the ceremony of the 2016 World Series team. Your thoughts about that? Just some kind of memory, right?
Amazing. It's been 10 years, Ron. You and I were there, of course, and we'll talk about that throughout the day and maybe even have a guy or two drop by and visit with us. But very big day at Wrigley, big crowd,
We're just about set to go. We have to take a look at the lineups. Brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Leading off from Minnesota today in right field is Austin Martin. Ryan Jeffers is the designated hitter. Josh Bell at first. Victor Caratini, a former Cub, batting fourth and doing the catching. Brooks Lee at third base. The second baseman for Minnesota is Roger Clemens' son, Cody Clemens. He'll bat sixth. Batting seventh at shortstop, Ryan Kreidler. Luke Keyshaw in center, and batting ninth and playing left field, Trevor Larnach. Austin Martin steps into the box. Left-hander Matthew Boyd with a record of 5-1, ready to go to work. We'll get you the Cubs lineup as we have time. We are ready for baseball. As Martin steps in, he did not start in last night's game. He was 0 for 1. Right-handed batter with 2 home runs for the year. The first pitch of the day from Boyd is in there for a strike. And away we go. Here's the Cubs lineup today. Pete Crow Armstrong leading off in center. Seiya Suzuki in right. Michael Busch at first base. The cleanup man is third baseman Alex Bregman. Ian Happ in left. The number 6 batter is second baseman Nico Horner. Pedro Ramirez is the designated hitter. Batting eighth and playing shortstop Dansby Swanson. And Miguel Amaya batting ninth and doing the catching for the Cubs. As the left-hander Boyd comes back to the plate 0-1. The pitch popped up, shallow right center, converging are PCA and Suzuki. And Pete makes the catch. They were on a collision course at the last second. Suzuki veered to his right to avoid colliding with PCA, who made the catch, and that's out number 1.
2 guys moving pretty quick. You don't want that collision, that's for sure. But Seiya kind of gave way to Pete right at the end to make the catch.
Ryan Jeffers, the batter. Jeffers had a big 3-run home run, the biggest blow in the game last night, in fact, for either team. And he takes a strike. But, Ron, as you think about Matthew Boyd facing these Twins, what comes to mind?
Well, I think having, that 2-seam fastball that he runs at the top of the zone, and having command of that, along with his breaking ball that we just saw there down and into the righties, and a good changeup. But he pitches off that 2-seam fastball, and then he'll throw the 4-seamer. But his 2-seamer is not a sinker. It's a running fastball.
Jeffers swings and fouls it back 1-2.
And it is a very effective pitch.
Game time temperature, a warm, slightly humid, but not oppressively so. Saturday afternoon, 84 degrees. Here at Wrigley, lights are on, it's cloudy. And now the 1-2 pitch. Curveball down in the dirt for ball 2. Game time temperature brought to you by Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Here's the 2-2 to the DH. Fly ball left center. Playable for Pete Crow Armstrong. Routine play, and that's out number 2. And the batter is Josh Bell.
A good off-speed pitch after that 2-seamer that runs away. Then you throw the changeup right off that. And got Jeffers, a very good hitter, just out in front to pop it up.
Twins in their traveling grays, gray shirts and trousers, red numbers on their backs. Dark blue hats. A lot of guys wearing red socks. Here's the windup by Boyd. The pitch to Bell. Line drive to short. Short hop by Swanson on the backhand. Throws to first in time. It's a nice 1-2-3 inning from Matthew Boyd. 0-0 game. To the bottom of the first we go on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
This weekend, join us in celebrating the 2016 World Series champion Cubs right here on the Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, Coom here. Stats don't lie. Want MVP numbers and light beer? That's Flight by Yingling. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, refreshing. That's elite efficiency.
Bottom 4, 3-0 Blue Jays. Kazuma Okamoto to lead it off for the Blue Jays at a fly ball to right in his first at bat. As Okamoto drills one. High, deep, gone!
his first home run as a Blue Jay, and it is 4-0. Big time power to the opposite field.
He came here with a power bat, and to show that early in the season, he's got these fans on their seats.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
More on the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Cubs leadoff man is Pete Crow Armstrong. If Pete gets a base hit, it's sponsored by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Pete gets a base hit, Benny's Beverage Depot donates $200 to service dog charities. First pitch of the day from the right-hander Taj Bradley is taken high for a ball. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Bradley, a right-hander, a 9-game winner, delivers low. Ron, if you were in that Cubs lineup today, what would be your approach against Taj Bradley?
I would look for hard stuff against Bradley, and I would be ready to hit the ball at the top of the zone. To me, if you start chasing his split after the high fastball, you're going to be in real trouble.
PCA takes a strike, 2-1.
But he's got a good firm fastball. He's got a little cutter, and then he works the split off of that. But the thing about him lately is he's been very effective.
The 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. The umpires, Nate Tomlinson, calling balls and strikes today. James Dean at first. Second base umpire is Mark Wegner, and the crew chief over at third is Bruce Dreckman. Field is in great shape. Grass cut nice and low. No bad hops at Wrigley. Almost never, in fact. 2-2 pitch. High fly ball. A pop fly. Shallow right. Clemens, the second baseman, is out. The right fielder comes in and calls him off, and Martin makes the catch. And that's out number one. There has not yet been a base runner in today's game, and the batter is Seiya Suzuki.
Near miss by Pete. He got the barrel to it just underneath and then straight up. First inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
The lights have been turned on early in the afternoon. Suzuki will take the first pitch low and away for ball one. Bradley, the right-hander for the Twins, a perfect 3-0 this July. He has wins over Houston, Cleveland, and the Angels. 9-3 record. This ball is drilled foul off to the right out of play, 1-1. His ERA is good but not sensational, 3.59. But 9 wins by the All-Star break is not real common these days, Ron.
No, it is not.
Next offering, low and outside, 2-1.
He has done his job, though. That's for sure. When you have 9 wins, the other thing about this pitching staff, the starting rotation for the Twins, is Derek Shelton, because of inexperience in the bullpen, he has let his starting pitchers go deeper into the ball game than most teams.
Seiya takes high, 3-1 now on the Cubs right fielder.
So when you look at the amount of pitches thrown by a starting rotation per game, these guys got a lot of games where they've thrown well over 100 pitches.
3-1 pitch fouled away. He got a pitch to hit, fouled it back.
And that will help you end up getting an extra win or two just because you're in the ball game. And he has kept his team in the game. big strikeout numbers too. A strikeout an inning, and he's got 103 innings thrown, and he's right at that for strikeouts per inning.
It still remains that a starting pitcher must go 5 innings to qualify to be the winning pitcher for his team in a game. I wonder if that might be changed at some point. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Line toward third. Caught by Lee. Soft line drive. Seiya is out, number 2. Scoreless game. Bottom of the first. And the batter, Michael Busch. These days, with the reduction of innings by starting pitchers, generally, I wonder if they'll make it 4 innings to qualify for a win at some point.
Yeah, it very well could be. You just don't, when 85 pitches to 90 is kind of the max, and an occasional 100 as Bushy falls up off to the left. It just makes it much more difficult. Or do you allow the official scorekeeper to make the decision on who gets the win?
Yeah, that's a good point, too. Here comes the 0-1 to Michael Busch. Fly ball right field. Well hit. Back goes Martin. It's got a chance. Gone. Home run, Michael Busch. Cubs lead 1-0.
Patrick, Bushy hits the home run against his hometown team, and the ball lands right at Anthony Rizzo's feet in the right field bleachers. That is unbelievable. Riz is a magnet for balls when he sits in the bleachers. That's twice. Riz, come back again tomorrow.
And isn't it interesting that the Cubs' first baseman, Rizzo's old position, and number 3 hitter, that's where Anthony used to hit, gives the Cubs a 1-0 lead here in the first. For Busch, his 12th of the year. Michael now with 51 runs batted in. Cubs lead 1-0. Here's a swing and a miss by Alex Bregman.
I would have to say the baseball gods are with us today. That is for sure.
Just a straightaway right field drive. Now the 0-2, swing and a miss, and Bregman is out, number 3. But a home run by Busch puts the Cubs on the board. 1-0 Cubs as we go to the second inning. On The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Michael Busch. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
How many people can say they've had a section of their spine removed? I can. I'm Jeff.
Tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker. And here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting. And now he's back to the left side. And a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch that was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
Now let's check out some plays from the field that only a mother could love.
Thank you to all the mothers out there. We love you.
Too sweet. Nicely done with the sign.
Vientos is not going to want this on his highlight reel, I'll tell you that.
Some just don't know how to catch them.
Hubba Bubba, I'm Bubba.
You can even smell on his bat. Hitters are funny. Now he's talking to it.
Then Peters has some problem.
Heads up. Man alive.
Look, Mom, check out these top defensive plays.
Adele leaping, and he makes the catch.
He's unreal.
One of his patented run-saving miracles.
Welcome to the show, kid. Put a star on that for Jarvis. Picked it right off the top of the grass. It was a snow cone.
That was sensational. Spectacular play by the Padres' first baseman.
He jumps and he...
They'll stay stocked, and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Shop Grand Appliance for expert advice, fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day on top brands like Bosch. Visit grandappliance.com for full details.
Top 2 here at Wrigley Field. Cubs on top of Minnesota 1-0. The second inning is brought to you by Seaglass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you are. Pat?
10-year reunion weekend here at Wrigley. Almost every single guy from that 2016 World Series championship team was here. Notably absent
Kyle Schwarber still playing in the big leagues, of course, with the Phillies. Here's a fastball outside for a ball. Javier Baez, a member of the Detroit Tigers, run, so they could not make it, but I think just about everyone else was here.
Yeah, Chris Bryant's the other one.
That's it. Yeah, of course.
Yep.
But they were introduced before the game. They came through the gate way out in right center and then walked all the way in to the mound area. Anthony Rizzo was the last. He was holding the World Series championship trophy over his head very dramatically. But the fans enjoyed it very, very much. And great to see these guys. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball to Caratini is in there for a strike. And I thought it was very fitting. Between innings, they played the great Bruce Springsteen song Glory Days on this reunion weekend. Bounce to third, 2 hops to Bregman. Takes his time, throws to first to get him. You don't see a lot of bad throws from Alex Bregman across that diamond, Ron, and you played third base. You know that is not an easy peg to make.
No, it's not, but he does a very good job with his feet. So he catches the ball in good shape all the time and then gets his feet moving towards the first base target and always makes a very good, accurate throw.
Brooks Lee, the batter. Lee swings and misses. Boyd has begun his day favorably by setting down the first 4 Minnesota Twins. Anybody who's ever played third base on a regulation diamond, you know how long that throw can be. Here's the bouncer to short, charging, picking, making a running throw to first is Swanson, and that's out number 2. Let me ask you this, Ron. It's kind of an unusual question, but of all the throws that you made that were off mark, were most of them too high or too low to first base?
Too low.
Too low.
A lot of them too low. When you're moving, you end up getting the ball and you end up throwing that sinker that ends up going down because you have to get rid of the ball in a hurry, and you throw that two-seamer and it just goes down towards the dirt.
First pitch to Cody Clemens is a strike. That makes sense. Also, the fact that if you throw it high and it's over his head, you got no chance.
Yeah, that's right.
But if it's low, the guy can knock it down. He can dig it out of the dust, and you still have a chance to get the out.
When I played first base, I'd let our infielders know. I'm like, you throw it down, I got it. You throw it high, I can't help it. That's exactly right.
0-2 on Cody Clemens. He was 0 for 4 in last night's series opener. Cubs lead 1-0, second inning. The pitch to Clemens. Breaking ball is down low.
Defensive alignment, sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment, material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Another good day to hit here at Wrigley. Outfielders will be playing deep, mostly straight away.
Boyd with wins in each of his last 3 starts against Cincinnati, Baltimore, and San Diego. He's 5-1 for the year. Very likable man, Matthew Boyd. And the pitch drilled to deep right. This is trouble, and that ball is going to be gone. Cody Clemens, a home run to right, and the ball game is tied 1-1. A line drive almost to the exact same spot as the homer by Michael Busch in the Cubs' first inning.
Yeah, line drive bullet about 1 or 2 rows above the basket in right. And I know a Twins fan, just from the camera, the monitor that I saw, a Twins fan caught it, so he's getting a little bit of a hard time that he's not throwing the ball back.
He's going to hang on to that one.
Yeah, he's going to hang on to that one, and the rest of the Cub fans at the bleachers don't like it.
Ball game tied at 1 for Clemens, his 17th home run. That was an impressive drive, a smash line drive. 47 RBIs for Cody Clemens. And the batter is Ryan Kreidler, the right-handed batting shortstop. Kreidler takes low. He did not start last night, but Kreidler came off the bench and drove in a run with a single in the middle of the game.
Feel like a Bosch prediction brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch.
Now the 1-1 to Kreidler.
popped up. Right side foul out of play. Are you in a prediction mood today?
It could be Boschish today. I think the Cubs are going to end up hitting 3 home runs today and win this ball game.
Okay, that's for the first 5 innings. How about for the second 4?
I say we do the same thing the second 4. We're going to win the first 5 and the last 4.
Now you're talking. Now the 1-2 to Kreidler from Boyd. Fastball away, 2-2. Looking at some of the action in baseball last night. Do you realize the Boston Red Sox have won 11 consecutive games?
Yeah, they're on a roll.
Here's a foul drive. They swept a doubleheader day-nighter against Tampa last night, one of the teams they're chasing. But they're still 8 games behind Tampa and 5.5 behind the Yankees. But 3 pretty strong teams in that one division, I would say.
There's no doubt.
Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. The Twins get even, however, on the home run by Cody Clemens. It's 1-1 as we go to the bottom of inning number 2 on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
This weekend, join us in celebrating the 2016 World Series champion Cubs right here on the Cubs Radio Network. Plumbing emergency? Chicagoland depends on plumbers.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue.
Member FDIC.
Stuck in Chicago traffic again? Vertiport Chicago flies you downtown in 16 minutes. Skip the gridlock. Book your flight at notraffic.vip.
Join the Cubs Monday, July 20th to celebrate Greek heritage. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition Cubs Greek heritage jersey. Don't miss out on this offer. Pat?
Okay, Zach, thank you. Ian Happ first up in the Cubs' second inning. Wearing the powder blue batting gloves, batting left-handed against the right-hander Taj Bradley. Takes outside. Zach will be along to work with Ron in the 5th inning. And periodically, he'll update the out-of-town scoreboard as Happ dribbles one to first. It is gloved by Bell, steps on the bag in time, 3 unassisted, 1 away.
The off-speed pitch, Ian, well out in front of it, just kind of gets a piece of it, and it stays fair, unfortunately. Speed Gun today is powered by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Bradley will get it up there to about 97 miles an hour. He may top out at today.
Here's the pitch to Nico. A big swing and a little foul at the plate, 0-1. Nico wrapped out a couple of hits last night. He is due to get hot, and I could see that happening any time now, Ron. I mean about 15 out of the next 16 games wrapping out base hits.
Yeah, he got 2 hits in yesterday's ball game, and Nico's got to just get back to Nico and being the hitter that he is. And that means spray the ball around the field and use the other side of the diamond more so than anything else. If he does that and keeps the ball out of the air, you're going to see his average start soaring.
Check swing on a curveball down low, 1-1. Cubs losing last night, Milwaukee winning in extra innings.
That was a game in Wisconsin against Miami. Here's the 1-1. Nico lines one right center field. There's going to be another base hit. Picking it up on the first bounce is Martin, the right fielder. When Nico is going well, Ron, and I know you've advocated this forever, he is spraying the ball all over the place.
Yeah, that's what we just talked about, is for his average to start soaring, he's got to keep the ball out of the air. The high fly ball for Nico is no good. If he hits the ball hard on the ground through the infield and the line drive, that's what we have seen from him, and he's a 300 hitter. So if he can continue to do that, that last pitch is a fastball inside, he inside outed at the right center.
Pedro Ramirez, rookie designated hitter, batting left-handed, takes low. Lee shallow at third. Interesting. You got one away. It's not a sacrifice situation. Now the set by the right-hander Bradley. And Ramirez takes high, ball 2-0.
Teams do this more and more, because of the little, jam shot or ball hit off the end of the bat. I'm just not a fan of it. I just think there's too few balls hit that way when you could play farther off the line and a little deeper and cover more ground just in case you get the routine ground ball.
Yeah, what you just said makes a lot of sense. The farther back you play, you have more of an angle on certain balls.
And yeah, if he's 2 or 3 steps back and maybe another step towards the hole, you're really covering much more of the infield than what you do when you're in on the grass.
2-1 to Ramirez, swung on and missed. Maybe the best breaking ball that Bradley has spun up there so far. 2-2. Game tied at 1. We're in the second inning. Only another one-day game going on. That's in Cleveland between the Pirates and the Guardians. They were postponed last night with unacceptable air quality.
Wow. Now
the 2-2 pitch. Down low. I'm looking for Nico to be moving on 3-2. How about you?
You very well could. And it also helps Ramirez. He helps keep, staying out of the double play ball. Nico has tried to time up Bradley. Bradley's done a pretty good job of being somewhat quick to the plate and changing the amount of time he has stayed in the set position.
Nico a short lead, and they throw a ball over there. It's not in time. The ball off the glove of a leaping Bell. That almost was down the right field line in foul territory.
Bell playing today because of injury yesterday, and he has not played first base much at all over the last year, so he will be a little bit of an adventure at first base today.
Nico leading at first, not running, and the pitch drilled foul to deep right. That ball's in the upper deck and rattling around. We're going to make our picks in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game before too much longer. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Yesterday on a ground ball in the 8th, Lewis kind of tweaked his hamstring, who played first base yesterday. So he is not on the injured list, but still.
Ramirez takes strike 3 called. He thought it was low, and he challenges the call by Nate Tomlinson.
Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
And it was down low. Very good challenge. It's a base on balls. That's a big play, Ron. Instead of 2 outs and a man at first, you've got 1 out and men at first and second. Completely different situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And for a young hitter to have the confidence this early in a ball game to do that shows something also. He knew that pitch was down. It was a good full baseball down below the zone.
Not to challenge.
goal cost them the out.
Miguel Amaya batting, 2 outs, men at first and third. Ball game tied at 1, bottom of the second inning. And the pitch, Amaya will take a strike.
Here's where you need a big hit. That should have been a double play. It was not, and now you run one in the gap and drive in 2. That's a very big play in a ball game.
The outfield very deep against Amaya. Miguel with 3 home runs for the year. Taj Bradley, the right-hander, ready and fires. There's a fastball strike, 0-2. So Miguel has not taken the bat off his shoulder, and now he's down 0-2. Interesting, the center fielder just moved more to the pull side of center, which is over toward left center, once the count got to 0-2.
Could be because of the split or the curveball that is going to be thrown more now. It's the only thing I can think of.
Pitch to Amaya outside, running and taking second, uncontested, is Dansby Swanson. And now 2 men in scoring position. That's a steal for Dansby.
Stolen bases by the Cubs. They're sponsored by Turo, Chicago's hometown tire. Get called safe with the Turo tires. Find yours at Turo.com.
Now let's see if Amaya can come through. Then it's second and third. Tie game. 2 outs. Miguel takes outside, 2-2. I'm just a little surprised they were so indifferent about Swanson running.
Yeah.
Like, no big deal. Just let him have the bag.
A lot of teams do that now, and I still, to this day, I don't understand it. They just don't like the first and third play on defense.
Now the 2-2. Line drive, left field, base hit. 2 runs are going to score. The ball goes all the way to the wall in the corner. Amaya has a stand-up double. Cubs lead 3-1. That's a big clutch hit from Miguel Amaya.
Now we're just talking about the keys to games, making plays. When the play is there, you got to make the play. The Twins did not turn a double play. It was not an easy one, but they did not turn it. The ball was hit sharply at third. Lee juggled it, cost them that out. And the Cubs make them pay with Amaya hitting a double down in the corner.
Just saw the replay. Big hanging breaking ball. And Miguel now with 15 RBIs. Cubs have a 3-1 lead. And here is Pete Crow Armstrong. And the pitch to Pete, low and outside for a ball. Again, it's a warm day. I'm sure managers and pitching coaches will keep close tabs on the pitch counts. And even for 1 inning, you get a little concerned. Pete fouls it away, and by that I mean once it gets to be about 20 to 25 pitches in any 1/2 inning, that's a big deal on a day like today.
Yeah, no, it is. There's no doubt. It's very warm down on the field. Very hot. Very humid here also in Chicago, and we got rain right before the ball game for about 45 minutes.
Pete waiting for the 1-1 pitch. Fouls it away. The 2-base hit by Miguel Amaya that drove in a couple of runs. A reminder that doubles by Cubs batters are sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. That got the crowd involved too. That clutch 2-out run-scoring double. Let's see if Pete Crow Armstrong can keep it going. The 1-2 pitch. And Pete swings and misses strike 3. Maybe the best fastball that Bradley has fired today. But the Cubs score twice. The bottom of the order getting the job done. We move to inning number 3. Cubs 3, Twins 1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Matthew Boyd. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Roofers and
Pack your bags. It's time for a road twib. In a brand new segment, we're hitting the road, and our first stop is a big one. It's Yankee Stadium. Opened in 2009, Yankee Stadium's majestic presentation reflects the iconic look of the original stadium that once stood just across the street. Make your way over to Monument Park to see a collection of plaques and retired numbers that honor both Yankee legends and baseball greats. Over at the Yankees Museum, look back at over 100 years of team history. Time to grab a bite to eat. Maybe the classic chicken bucket or the ice cream chicken bucket. Whatever your appetite, they've got something for you. But the main event is always Yankees baseball, and there's not a bad seat in the house. Sit with the bleacher creatures in right field and join in on the famous roll call. Or take your place in the judges' chambers. Action and history are at every turn, and all fans will find something to appreciate at the home of the Bronx Bombers.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Degrees, wind blowing from left to right. Time and temperature sponsored by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Pat?
All right, Zach. Luke Keyshaw will lead things off for the Minnesota Twins in the third inning. He's a right-handed batter with an open stance, hits out of a crouch. Matthew Boyd's first pitch is taken outside. The Cubs are going to challenge that call right away. Miguel Amaya said, I think that was a strike. And so Nate Tomlin says, okay, let's check it out. And it was a strike.
Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
Keyshaw 2 for 3 last night. Matthew Boyd fires. Beautiful slow curve, drops in for a strike. 0-2. Just looking at the number of starts that Boyd has made against Minnesota. It's a big number. Here comes the 0-2, low, primarily because he spent 7 years in the rotation for the Tigers in the same division with Minnesota. But this is his 25th career start against the Twins.
How about that?
Here's the 1-2. Line drive, base hit to right. Keyshaw gets an opposite field leadoff single to begin the Twins' third. Cubs lead is 3-1, and the batter is Trevor Larnach.
Now, when you got a right-handed hitter and a left-handed pitcher on the mound that likes to run the fastball away from you, especially when it's up, boy, if you can stay back on it and get on top of the ball, that's the place to drive it. Just a straight right field line, right center gap.
Larnach, a left-handed batter, hitting .289, and he'll take a strike. You don't see many number 9 hitters hitting .289, not these days.
Yeah, that is true. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Left-hander to left-hander, Boyd working on Larnach, and a pickoff throw to first, not in time. Fairly close play.
The one thing about that stat you were talking about with Boyd pitching so much against the Twins, they also know he has a really good pickoff move.
Sure. Yeah, he won't surprise anybody in that regard. Boyd 5-1 for the year. A quick set and a strike. He barely kept the glove at the waist long enough. If you do that too quickly, I've seen balks called on guys. And that was borderline right there, I would say.
Absolutely. Sometimes if you just do it on occasion, you catch the umpires by surprise, too, and they don't call it.
Yeah, that's right. That's probably true. Here's the set. And now a long set this time. And the 0-2. Outside for a ball. You see crafty pitchers like Boyd, he'll keep it in the set for maybe 2 or 3 seconds, and then 1 second, and then 3 again.
Yep.
It's all about upsetting the timing of the hitter.
The hitter and the base runner at times.
Yeah.
If you get a really good base stealer, that is also tough to get a jump when a guy holds the ball a long time. Or just changes the amount of time he holds the ball.
Larnach last night hit leadoff He's hitting 9th in the order today. There's the 1-2, breaking ball low. Cubs lead by a score of 3-1. Each team with a home run. Michael Busch in the Cubs first, Cody Clemens in the Minnesota second, each home run. The difference, a 2-run double by Miguel Amaya in the Cubs' second inning. Jumping off to the lead at first is Keyshaw, and the next pitch is high, 3-2. Keyshaw might be moving here. What do you think?
Yeah, that very well could be. And, for Matthew, kind of get dialed back into the hitter and make a good pitch.
Busch holding the runner Keyshaw. The runner not going, and the pitch lifted foul off to the left out of play.
Good fastball away. Kind of a cross-fired four-seam heater from Boyd.
Now some hazy sunshine starting to poke its head through the clouds.
Now the winds during the day are supposed to pick up. They are starting to, and they're blowing out towards right.
A little dribbler out in front of the plate. The throw will go to first base by Amaya. He toyed with the idea briefly of throwing to second, but that's a long throw, and you want to make sure run to get one, so he fired to first. On the play, Keyshaw goes to second.
Yeah, Keyshaw got a good break off first on that little chopper in front of the plate. I thought Amaya made the good choice to make sure you get an out.
Before Martin bats, 10 for ID. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
First pitch to Martin, a beautiful curveball in there for a called strike. The lead at second by Keyshaw. The veteran left-hander Boyd working on Austin Martin. And another off-speed pitch, check swing, no swing, and it's 1-1. These two teams playing their 48th game in the interleague package. It started back in 1997. Cubs have a very slim edge of 24 wins to 23 for the Twins.
I remember in 97, I was the third baseman for the Minnesota Twins then. And just how excited the organization for Minnesota was to be coming to Chicago to play here at Wrigley.
Here's a breaking ball outside, and you were even more excited when I saw you clobber a home run just to the left of dead center. I thought it landed on top of that little roof out there.
Yeah, I hit one of my longer home runs ever here, and when I hit one out of here that day, I thought, well, everything I've wanted to do in baseball's done. I hit a homer here at Wrigley into the bleachers and hit it over the bleachers, so we're on house money from there on, buddy.
Now, wasn't Paul Molitor one of your teammates at that time?
He was, yeah. That was a good day. But I just remember how excited we all were to come here.
Sure.
A whole bunch of us had never played at Wrigley Field.
2-2 to Martin from Matthew Boyd. Strike three called, a backdoor bender. He threw a variety of breaking pitches. The last one just snuck in over the outside corner at the last instant. And that is strikeout number 2. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. 2 down, and the batter is Ryan Jeffers.
Might have been the best breaking ball Boyd has thrown so far. Matthew dropped down a little bit and threw backdoor hook.
Jeffers takes low and inside, ball 1.
This guy's name has been bantered around quite a bit in the trade deadline talks. He is a free agent at the end of this year, and hitting right at 290 with 8 home runs and a quality catcher, but a very offensive catcher. He's going to be one of those guys. You hear his name a lot here in the next 2 weeks.
Again, the deadline August 3rd. They moved it back 3 days. It's been the 31st of July for a long time. I remember when it used to be June 15th, the trading deadline. Here's the pitch. Fastball away, and the count 3-0. Be careful here. With the wind blowing out, managers are more likely to give guys a green light on 3-0, which makes sense. There's a beautiful curveball for a strike. 3-1. Did you feel they were a little more liberal when you were playing?
Absolutely, and I wanted the green light. I think Boyd thought the same thing, and he threw him a 3-0 hook.
The lead down at second base by Keyshaw. And Boyd coming back 3-1. Breaking ball just outside, ball 4. His first walk of the day. It puts 2 men on for the dangerous Josh Bell.
But I think for Boyd, he's just making sure. Jeffrey's got the big hit in yesterday's game. He's been the top hitter for Minnesota. And did not want to give up that 2-run homer to Jeffers with the base open.
Outfield deep and straight away. Bell, a switch hitter, batting right-handed. He's always had power. Former Pittsburgh Pirate. We saw him break in. And he takes a pitch off the outside corner.
He's having a pretty good year for the Twins, right at 250, 13 homers, 60 driven in.
Runners take their leads, first and second, and the pitch. Pulled on the ground, foul past third. 1-1. Now some of the clouds have blown away. Some patches of blue visible. The sun getting a little brighter now. Still, the lights are on here at Wrigley. Cubs lead 3-1. Third inning, 2 down with 2 men on. And the 1-1 to Bell. Fisted foul. Good pitch in on his hands. What do you like on 1 and 2, Ron?
You got a couple options. I like him staying inside on Bell and throwing that fastball up and in one more time. You might just get a little jam shot or a swing and miss. Bell is a big, tall, lanky guy, strong. Mistakes away from him end up going out of the park.
He dribbles one foul to stay alive.
That was a good changeup down and away, but down and out of the zone.
Would you double up on that pitch or maybe throw a high hard one?
I would come inside. I like the inside fastball.
Veteran against veteran. Matthew Boyd against Josh Bell. 2 outs, 2 on, the 1-2 pitch. Pop fly shallow right. Should be playable. Bush, the first baseman, backpedaling, calling, and squeezing. Bell pops out to first. No damage done. No runs on a hit to left, middle of inning number 3. Cubs 3, Minnesota 1 on the score. And the North.
Baker gathers it in, and the AL in a shutout. The American League has now claimed 11 of the last 13 All-Star games.
Vargas sends one deep to left, and a no doubt about it, Vargas second deck bomb.
His father was an absolute stud in Cuba, and now he just homered in the All-Star game.
Baez grounds one towards the middle. Backhand stab by Clement. Heaves a throw and gets him. Wow! Ernie Clement, who's known more for his bat, shows off the glove right here, John.
What a play.
And the American League has pitched the first shutout in the All-Star game in 13 years.
Tough night for the National League hitters.
That's the 15th strikeout. 2-run single, Cody Bellinger. And the American League gets to Sanchez here in the first.
Cody Bellinger, the Ted Williams MVP. There you go, Cody. Congrats. Enjoy it.
Seiya Suzuki's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
All right, Zach, the Cubs have scored in each of the first 2 innings against Taj Bradley. Dexter Fowler is on camera on the video board on this reunion weekend, the 10-year reunion of the Cubs World Series championship. Anthony Rizzo was on camera earlier. Here is Seiya Suzuki taking a fastball inside. Great to see those guys, though. Some of them look like they could still play. There's a pitch outside. Joe Madden still spry and kind of bouncing around the way that he always was.
Absolutely.
Here's the windup and the 2-0 pitch to Seiya. It's a strike. I'll tell you what I miss, among other things with Joe Madden. You and me and sometimes the television announcers at that time, Len Casper and Jim DeShays, and then later Boog Shambi. Here's the 2-1. But we would go into Joe's office 2 to 3 hours on the road into his office, and we would talk about anything but baseball.
Yeah, right.
We would talk about music. We would talk about television shows, actors, actresses. High and inside, that's ball 4 to Seiya. And the Cubs get a man on. But it was just so much fun to talk to Joe. He was so smart, and he knew so many things about so many topics.
Yeah, he was a unique guy, and very fitting to be a manager, and leading organizations. Has had incredible success as a manager, and he put the finishing touches on this group that ended up winning the first World Series in 108 years for the Cubs. It was some kind of magical time, but he was unbelievably engaging. The skipper.
And down to earth, and just a whole lot of fun to be around. 0-1 on Michael Busch. He homered in the first, and he'll take a strike, and the count now 0-2. Okay, Ron, you hit your share of home runs, and I'm guessing, as you did that day at Wrigley, in your first at-bat of the game, how did that affect the way a guy would work to you for the rest of that game?
Well, it could be that, either they're going to try to pitch around you a little bit or change up the routine. Now, Bushy's home run that he hit was a fastball inside. Might even have been in off the plate, and he pulled it to right field. So you'll probably see a lot more breaking stuff the rest of this game.
Here's a foul drive off to the left out of play. So then if you get another hit in your second at-bat, you hit a fastball first time up, now you hit a breaking ball. Now the pitcher has a decision to make on your third at-bat.
Yeah, he even the pitch to you, absolutely. Yeah.
Maybe I'll just walk him.
Yeah, try another guy.
Now the 0-2 to Michael Busch. And he'll take a little bit low. Didn't miss by much.
They're going to challenge this pitch. Ball strike challenge.
The ball, the catcher's challenging.
Medicine, pretty good pitch right on the outside part of the plate. Close pitch. We'll see if it's off the plate or on the plate.
And it was a strike.
Ball's overturned. It is strike 3.
Victor Caratini, the former Cub. And that got a lot of the plate at the knees. One away, Busch out on strikes, and the batter Alex Bregman. Cubs lead 3-1. We're in the third. Short lead by Suzuki at first. Bregman struck out in the first. Bradley a long set. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Now the long set surprised me for one reason, Ron. Suzuki is not a big base stealing threat. What's the big deal?
Well, I think part of it is strategy for the hitter. To come set and have the hitter stand there in his stance for a long period of time before you deliver the baseball.
Bregman takes outside, so you're letting him kind of tighten up a little.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see guys get set at that 8-second mark, and they come set, and then they hold the ball till 3, 2, 1, and then they deliver, and that's 8 seconds you're standing with the bat up above your head. It's a long time.
Bregman checks on a breaking ball, no swing. It's 2-1. It's a warm day. I wouldn't expect any pitchers to go much beyond 100 pitches, if that, in these conditions. And now the 2-1 from Taj Bradley. Bregman pops it up right side foul, drifting out of play. He's looking at some of the games from last night. How about Washington? They beat the A's in West Sacramento, California, 23-4 in last night's action. 23 runs for Washington.
The ball's carrying in Sacramento right now.
Washington's Andres Chaparro drove in 8 runs. Here's a drive toward left center. Over to make the play is Keyshaw, and that's the second out in the inning. Bregman retired, and the batter Ian Happ.
Bregman out in front of that cutter, just tried to hook it. Routine fly ball to center.
Would it surprise you, Ron, that of the 30 big league teams, the Washington Nationals have scored more runs than any other club at this point? Yeah. 539 runs.
Yeah. I would not have guessed that ever. There's no chance I would have guessed that.
2 down. Here's the left-handed batting Happ taking outside for a ball. Would the team with the best team batting average at 263 surprise you if I told you it was the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Yeah, how about that?
Didn't expect that either. Here's the 1-0. Happ takes high for a ball, 2-0.
Pittsburgh is one of them teams you're going to have to watch out for here coming up in the very near future. We know about their rotation. Their top 3 are very good, and they've got some good, young, talented players. They're going to be a force here, I believe, really soon.
The 2-0 out of Happ, ball 3. Green light for Ian here?
I would say yes, but Ian is not a guy that likes to swing on 3-0. He has been struggling some here as of late, so maybe that would change being in such a hitter's count.
With 2 down, a runner at first. Cubs lead 3-1. Happ takes outside, ball 4. Second walk in the inning given up by Taj Bradley. And Nico Horner coming up. And the Twins pitching coach will head out to the mound. And that is Pete Mackey. M-A-K-I.
Yeah, and I would say, it's probably a thing where you're in a good hitter's park on a hitter's day. You got to be more on the attack, in the strike zone, because you can't walk guys on days like this. It turns, sometimes solo homers into big innings quickly.
Let's see if Nico can drive in a run in his at-bat. He's reading about Max Muncy with a game-winning 2-run homer at Yankee Stadium as the Dodgers beat the Yankees last night. It came against Garrett Cole. It's interesting the way some ball players are just a perfect fit for their team.
Yeah.
And I would put Muncy in that category very much. Nico Horner batting. Lines went down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Fair ball. 1 run is in. Racing toward third, Ian Happ, and holding on a long single by Nico Horner. Another opposite field knock for Nico Horner, and the Cubs lead 4-1.
2 hits yesterday, 2 hits already today. Both line drives, both going the other way. And, as you said, Pat, we talked about Nico and the kind of hitter he is. That is Nico Horner. He gets on top of the baseball and he drives the ball the other way and back through the middle. And his pull field naturally is left center, not left field. So if he stays to the middle and the other way, he's going to get heated up in a hurry if he keeps the ball out of the air.
Pedro Ramirez the batter, and he'll swing and foul it back. So one of the bases on balls comes back to haunt Taj Bradley. Seiya Suzuki walked to lead off the inning. He scored a moment ago on Nico's opposite field single. 4-1, the Cubs lead. 39th RBI for Horner. And the pitch to Ramirez popped up left side down the line. Long run for Larnach. Larnach cannot get there. It's a base hit. The ball bounces into the stands. Ground rule double. Cubs get a break and they get another run. And they lead 5-1. A pop fly to the opposite field It hit that dirt just in fair territory. It spun up into the stands for a ground rule double, and the Cubs now lead 5-1.
Yeah, this is one of those plays where everybody's chasing the ball, and literally the ball almost hits the ball boy right on top of the coconut. He comes running out of there. He did not know where the ball was. They were just running at him, and it was almost the pitching wedge right on top of the old coconut. But it ended up not hitting him, thank God, and it ends up a double.
Here is Dansby Swanson. And the pitch to Dansby is low. Give Ramirez his 8th RBI. So both walks in the inning have come back to sting Taj Bradley. Horner ended up at third on the 2-base hit by Ramirez. Swanson can really give the Cubs a comfortable lead if he can find an opening. And he takes a strike. It's 5-1 as it is, but it's a warm day. It's a hitter's day. And a lot of baseball to go.
Well, I'd like to see Dansby try to do the same thing that Nico just did and take this cutter that he is getting thrown to him and try to shoot this ball to right center.
Now the 1-1 down low for a ball.
It's like Bradley, his four-seamer to the righty, he gets around it a little bit and angles it away from the righty, and then he does throw a cutter. It doesn't have quite the same velocity that goes away from the right-handed hitter.
Runners take their leads, second and third, 2 down. And the 2-1 to Dansby. Swing and a miss. He got fooled on a sharp breaking ball in the dirt. And now the count is 2-2. But I would say in this inning, for Taj Bradley, he's got to be at 27, 28 pitches for this 1/2 inning alone.
Yeah, a lot of pitches. He's at 63 pitches in the ball game. Wind blowing out to right center.
Cubs have rallied and scored in every inning so far today. And the 2-2. A looper down the left field line, racing in Larnach. Can he get there? Yes, slides to make the catch in shallow left, and that ends the inning. But it's a good inning for the Cubs. They score 2 more. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 2 left. We go to inning number 4. Cubs 5.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
An easy one again for Olerud, or is it going to be? Oh, it's going to be neither.
Fly on the infield. Alicea coming in, and a collision, and the ball drops.
Popped up. Ordonez, Alfonso.
Oh! They both look at each other, and it bounces free.
Shallow center. Chico. Oh! Dropped the ball. Oh! And it drops in a couple of times.
Burrell doesn't see it. He doesn't see it.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita
Chicago's Injury Law Group. They'll fight to make it right. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Pirates all over the Guardians. 7-1 now. Bottom of the 9th inning in Cleveland. Esmerlin Valdez with a 2-run home run, his 11th. Kyle Schwarber's gone deep. A 2-run job, number 33 on the year for him. Phillies lead the Mets 2-0 in the bottom of the 1st inning.
Victor Caratini leads off the Twins' 4th inning and takes a strike. Zach, go ahead.
Rockies lead the Reds 2-0 there in the last of the 1st in Colorado. The White Sox and Blue Jays are delayed. I don't know exactly by what, because there's a roof in Toronto.
Boy, that's a good point, Zach.
But it says here, White Sox and Blue Jays delayed. None of the other games around baseball have started. And you know, Pat, we've got to play the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game.
We're ready to go. Did you want to start?
40,000 on the dot.
Boy, you were ready. And you put considerable time into it from the sounds of it. There's a swing and a foul back and out of play. 40,000. What did we have last night? 39,855. Yeah. You wouldn't have based today's guess on last night's attendance, would you?
Oh, no.
See, I think you did. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Lined in a shallow left, coming in. Ian Happ slides and makes the catch. More of a dive and then a little tumble roll. Sometimes you don't worry about style points. You just make the catch, and whatever your body does, that's up to your body.
Yeah, he comes running in, catches this ball about, just a little above his waist as he's coming in and makes the catch, and then a little roll.
One away, Brooks Lee, the batter.
I do have some information on the delay in Toronto.
I was waiting for that.
So they're delayed.
Let me guess, maybe something with the roof, the mechanism that opens and closes the roof is malfunctioning?
It is not weather related. They're honoring Joe Carter with a statue, and the ceremony has gone a little bit long.
Well, Joe's been a little long-winded at times.
He's a great guy. He was a Cub for a while. He was a Cub broadcaster for a while. We all know Joe, and he's a wonderful guy. And, of course, had the World Series winning home run as a Blue Jay back in about 1993.
Yep, that's right.
Fly ball, shallow center. It's a pop fly, really. And Nico Horner will give way to Dansby Swanson. And Dansby makes the catch, and that's out number 2.
Second out of the inning. But the first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
I think your former twin was on base,
he was.
Paul Molitor, when Joe hit the World Series winning home run.
I've talked to Paulie about that, and he said, the ball was hit. I knew it was going to be a hit, and I was flying. I didn't know it was a homer, so I got past third base.
That's him. That's Paulie.
Hey, Pat, can we get another lefty in a ball game today? How are you, buddy? John Lester in the booth.
Oh, we're doing it.
John Lester here on reunion weekend.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
How we doing, Lefty?
We're doing okay, John.
Hey, I've made it 3 days. I think I can make it one more.
There's a key word in that, right? Key 2 words. Made it.
Made it.
You made it.
Made it. Made it. Yep.
I will tell a quick story. I remember after the parade being across the street, and I felt like that made it when we got done with that one too, Johnny.
Yeah.
It was time to head out of town after that.
Oh, man.
Congratulations. You guys had a great weekend.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. It doesn't help. I've spent the last week in Cooperstown with my 12-year-old, and when you're watching baseball, the sun's out. You have a couple cold beers there. Now we're rolling it into tonight or to this weekend. So it is what it is. We'll be fun.
Yeah. Season. It's season.
Yeah. There you go, Coon. It's season.
John, I remember the night. It was in December 14, maybe 15, 14. And we got the news that you had signed a big contract with the Cubs. And I remember hearing the news and I thought, bingo. That is a message that says the Cubs are trying to win right now. Did you have any feeling in that regard?
I don't think I quite understood it at the time. When you're kind of in that position, you're honed in on personal stuff.
Sure.
Right. It's kind of a weird deal, right?
And in the American League.
Yeah,
right?
In the American League, yep. and you're honed in. It's kind of one of the only times in this game where you're worried about yourself,
yep.
and your family and what's going to be the best spot and all this stuff. But like once I signed and talked to Theo and Jed and Tom and all those guys, I think the gravity of that, started filtering down. It's like, oh damn, okay, we gotta do something cool.
Swing and a miss, strike three. John, if we could visit with you for another minute or so when we come back.
Yeah.
Matthew Boyd works 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Cubs 5, Twins 1 on the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on 104.3 The Score.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Baker gathers it in, and the AL in a shutout. The American League has now claimed 11 of the last 13 All-Star games.
Vargas sends one deep to left, and a no doubt about it, Vargas' second deck bomb.
His father was an absolute stud in Cuba, and now he just homered in the All-Star game.
Baez grounds one towards the middle. Backhand stab by Clement. Heaves a throw and gets him. Wow. Ernie Clement, who's known more for his bat, shows off the glove right here, John. What a play. And the American League has pitched the first shutout in the All-Star game in 13 years. Tough night for the National League hitters. That's the 15th strikeout. Two-run single, Cody Bellinger. And the American League gets to Sanchez here in the first.
Cody Bellinger, the Ted Williams MVP. There you go, Cody. Congrats. Enjoy it.
Series championship team of 2016 as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. A lot of John's teammates are here this weekend. They've been putting Anthony Rizzo on camera and Jake Arrieta and Dexter Fowler, among others. It's hard to believe, John, it's been 10 years since the Cubs won the title. Here's a pitch high to Miguel Amaya as this bottom of the fourth inning gets underway.
You're telling me. I mean, I feel like 10 years. It was like yesterday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There is a strike to Amaya, 1-1.
So you've been here all weekend, and you see all these clips, different parts of the game when we're here at Wrigley. What are some of the things that really stand out to you, buddy?
Man, just and you forget about the grind of the season. I know we were really good that year. I think we were the best team in baseball for pretty much the whole year. But you forget about the grind. You forget about certain guys, right? Like bullpen guys or bench guys or whatever. You kind of forget about the impact that they had sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You get wrapped up in kind of the memories that really stick. So it's good, man, to get back. And
Amaya pops it up right side. Clemens, the second baseman, calling, and he'll make the catch. Cubs lead 5-1. Go ahead, John.
No, I was saying, like, it's good to get back and you see everybody and then all the memories kind of start coming back and it's great. I love this. It's good to get back with the guys and hang out.
Just hanging out on the middle of the diamond.
Yeah.
Here before the ball game, getting introduced out to Wrigley in front of the fans, and then all you guys congregating. That's never happened in 108 years.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and I'll tell you what, when you get away from the game and you get a little out of shape, you forget how long that walk is from the bullpen out there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's
after a long weekend.
Man, it was tough. I got about halfway to second base. I'm like, God bless it. I got a whole nother. I got a mile and a half to go still. But no, it's good. It's good, man. And then me and Woody were standing on the mound. He goes, bro, I don't remember it being this far from home plate.
I hear you.
I don't either.
I go to fantasy camp and I pick up, one of our guys' bats, and I'm like, wow, this is heavy now. This isn't a golf club.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I'm used to picking up those metal bats that are like drop 5, drop 8s, with the kids. And, it's a little different now.
PCA waiting, and he'll swing and miss. And that is going to be out number 2. John, what did it mean to you to be part of a rotation including Jake Arrieta and then Kyle Hendricks? Because when I knew that you three would be in one series, I had a great feeling going into that series.
Oh, you and me both. I mean, it's awesome. The cool part about being in a rotation, and you know, I was very fortunate from the time I got to the big leagues to the time I retired of being around really good pitchers, and it's a motivation. It's not a you know, you wish bad upon somebody. It's not a, you know, I hope you only go 3 innings.
Yeah,
it's a dude, I hope you go 7 so I can go 8 tomorrow.
Sure.
And then the next guy goes 9 the next day. And
Ham and Lack, part of that rotation, too. Both had great years.
Yeah. I mean, and you all know Lack. I mean, he's one of my boys.
Yep.
And you know, he's a I don't know what I can say on radio, but you know what I'm
You've
trying
had
to say.
fun this weekend?
We've had fun. We've had fun with Lack. But, no, I mean, he's a bulldog, man.
Yeah.
And he's a guy that's going to go out and give you everything he has, just like our whole rotation. And it was a lot of fun to be a part of that, because I felt like we all drove each other to be better. And that's what you need in winning seasons.
Pat has talked about this a lot. Let me ask you this. Pat was partners with Ron Santo for a long time here in this chair.
Okay.
And the good competitiveness between Santo and Billy Williams hitting. 2 elite players, 2 Hall of Famers hitting, you know, next to each other in the lineup. The same principle on the mound in the rotation for you guys. One guy, you know, it's a good competition. It's not a bad one.
No.
It's pushing each other. Is that the same thing?
Yeah, it's a drive. It's a drive. Like I said, it's not a wish bad upon anybody.
Right.
Your teammates, you want everybody to do well, you want everybody to succeed, but then when it's your turn to do it, you want to do something a little bit cooler, a little bit better. And I mean, I think that, and you look at the 2016 season, I mean, we were talking about it the other night. I'm pretty sure everybody made 29.
Line drive, base hit to left off the bat of Seiya Suzuki. Cubs lead 5-1, 2 down, a man at first. We're in the 4th inning, and the batter is Michael Busch.
I think everybody, for the most part, I want to say it was 29 or more starts that the whole rotation made. And so that's pretty impressive when you are able to stay healthy. Guys took their turn, and it was day in and day out. You knew who was going to be on that mound.
We talk about infield defense being a strong part of this year's team. It was a strong part of your team as well.
God almighty, it was good. It was good. You know, and a guy that's not here, you know, and I know he's got a lot of love over his career, and I love him. He's one of the better competitors I've ever played with, but Javi Baez, I think, changed our defensive, I don't want to say mindset, because everybody was really good at it, but the ability to move from position to position like he did and played at an elite level.
Kind of a unique baseball player, right?
Unique, very unique.
Right.
And I love Hav, and Hav. You know, I think if you look at him at an early age, you're like, oh, he's going to be a shortstop for a long time.
Same.
I thought he was one of the best. I mean, I played with Mike Lowell and Adrian Beltre, 2 of the best third basemen in the history of the game, in my opinion. And I think Hav would have been up there if he would have stayed at third. But, yeah, I mean, our defense, outfield, you got Dex, you got J-Hay and Wright, Schwarber, my boy, even though he messed up a lot of plays out there for me.
His goal.
I love him.
The
I
goal
love that
is
guy.
to drive in more than you let in.
That's right. That's right. It's the Manny Ramirez rule. The Manny Ramirez rule. Just, hey, man, you miss a fly ball, just hit a 3-run homer. You'll be fine.
Here comes the 1-2 to Michael Busch, and he'll take low and in. Chris Bryant played some outfield at that time, too.
Chris was very good. And that's the thing that I don't think gets overlooked by KD is, you know, he's a third baseman by trade. And that joker played everywhere. He played center, he played left, he played right. And a couple times I think he played first base.
Yes, he did,
But, yeah, I mean, we had versatility.
There's a drive foul down the left field line off the bat of Michael Busch. Cubs lead 5-1, visiting with John Lester here at Wrigley.
We had the versatility, but we also had, like, stupid uber talent. You know? And when you have stupid uber talent with versatility, it's a recipe for good things.
Leadership, too. You had Joe as your skipper, who had been there with Tampa, so that the moment wasn't too big for anybody. You'd been in the World Series and won. But the leadership around the ball club, too, just from being there as a, somewhat recent retired player, you could tell there was a lot of guys that were all rowing the same direction, but nobody was getting too far away from what the goal was.
Yeah.
And you were one of those guys, big time. I remember sitting on a team plane, and you looking down at a guy going, I don't know him. Who is that guy? And I laughed my butt off. We're sitting on a plane. And, I'm like, see, there we go. He's going to find out who that is because we all got to be going the same direction here.
We got to be pulling the same rope at all times. I learned that in Boston, and you got to pull the same rope. You got to have one direction, and hopefully it works out at the end.
John, thank you so much for dropping by. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Thank you. Good seeing you guys.
Great to see you, brother.
Sounds good. John Lester.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body? I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. Just toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green.
You are an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards are memories.
And focus on life, not leaks.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
Top 5 at Wrigley Field. Cubs with a 5-1 lead over Minnesota. Matthew Boyd deals, and Ryan Kreidler fouls one on the ground off to the left. 0-1 the count, out in front of a changeup. Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app. Lefty-righty matchup as Boyd delivers, and Kreidler looks at a ball up high. 1-1 the count. Cubs with a bunch of big hits today. Here comes the 1-1, a breaking ball up high. 2-1 the count on Kreidler. Michael Busch with a solo shot in the first. Miguel Amaya, 2-run double in the second. As Boyd rocks back and deals the 2-1. Kreidler takes a strike on the outside edge. Fastball clocked at 92 miles per hour, 2-2. And then in the third inning, Nico Horner an RBI single. Pedro Ramirez followed with a ribby double. And that's where we stand. 5-1 Cubs. Here in the top of the fifth with no one out. 2-2 the count. Boyd's ready, working on the third base side of the rubber. The kick and pitch. And Kreidler takes a ball low. It's a full count. Changeup that missed. It's been a fun weekend so far here at Wrigley Field, honoring the 2016 championship Cubs. Here's the payoff pitch. Kreidler hits a line drive, caught on a hop by Nico Horner. The flip to first in time. Out number one. That's a tough play. Horner was stationed up the middle just to the right of the second base bag. It was a sinking line drive, caught on a hop by Horner, and then made the routine throw to first to get Kreidler. One down here in the top of the fifth. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Cubs 5, Twins 1. Here's Luke Keyshaw, the center fielder. The pitch. Inside. Curveball that missed, 1-0. Keyshaw singled his first time up. Hitting at .265 this season for the Twins. Lefty-righty matchup, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up from Boyd, 1-1. Trevor Larnach on deck, a left-handed batter. Boyd works his motion and deals. Strike 2 called, fastball at 93 miles per hour from Boyd. 1-2 on Keyshaw. Fastball thigh high on the outer half. Boyd with the kick and pitch. Breaking ball misses low and outside. 2-2.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Boyd wants a new baseball, so he gets one. One down here in the top of the fifth. Cubs 5, Twins 1. 2-2 the count on Keyshaw and the pitch. Ground ball pulled foul off to the left, 2-2.
It's the weekend of proud partners. Our booth has been a revolving door of friends and people coming in. Johnny Lester stopping in. That was really nice of Johnny. What a weekend for the Cubs and that 2016 team.
I still can't get over what transpired in the first inning of this game. Here's the 2-2. Keyshaw pulls a line drive foul off the netting to the left. So you had the 2026 Cubs first baseman, Michael Busch, crushing a home run into the right field bleachers, where the 2016 championship first baseman, Anthony Rizzo, caught the ball.
Hit him in the hands.
I mean, how do you do that?
Right.
Here's the 2-2. Called, strike 3. Fastball that freezes Keyshaw. 2 away. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. And it's the second time that's happened to Riz since he retired. Last year he was out in the left center field bleachers, and he had a home run ball hit him in the hands.
Ballesteros, right? Hit his first big league homer right to Anthony. Yeah, in left center field.
Trevor Larnach at the plate, and he looks at a strike, slow-moving breaking ball that floated into the zone.
That's I said. The baseball gods are here today. Good things are happening for the Cubs.
They're up 5-1 with 2 away in the fifth. The pitch, swing and a miss. As Larnach could not connect with that slider from Boyd, 0-2.
Boyd's got a good hook today. When he drops down on occasion and he spins that breaking ball, he's throwing a backdoor hook to the righties for a called strike 3. That last one, a really good breaking ball.
Now the 0-2. Boyd to Larnach. It's low. Went with another slider, 1-2. Boyd's been really sharp since coming off the injured list in late June from the knee and shoulder issues.
Sometimes for a veteran player, he's been a lot of bullets thrown from that arm.
Larnach hits a ground ball foul off to the right. Sounded like he broke his bat.
But there's been a lot of pitches thrown out of that left arm for a long period of time. And, you get yourself prepared to start the season and your body's strong. And then all of a sudden, you have something else, that you tweak or hurt and you need some time off. Well, that really helps build up the arm strength, too. And I really have felt, and this is strictly from the hitter's perspective, watching the ball come out of Matthews' hand looks different right now. He looks really fresh, and the ball just jumping out of his hand.
Here comes the 1-2 delivery by Boyd. Larnach pops it up. Right side. Foul territory near the tarp. Busch leans over. Does he make the catch? Yeah, he did! Leaning over the tarp right along the netting. Excellent play by Michael Busch as Larnach pops out in foul territory.
Rizzo would be proud of that play.
Twins go down in order here in the top of the fifth. Middle 5. Cubs 5, Minnesota 1. On the
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha.
Amazing.
And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bock beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Dude.
Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's the Great Mascot Race. Here we go. And they're off. They're neck and neck. Look at them go, folks. The crowd goes wild. It's the home stretch. It's a close race. It's the play at the plate. It's Slider. Congratulations. You won the Great Mascot Race.
Come on, baby! Yeah! Come on!
With Toyota's fuel-efficient lineup. Toyota, let's go places.
Alex Bregman leads off the last of the 5th against Todd Bradley, and he swings and lands. Oh, leaping, diving grab right along the line, back of third by Brooks Lee for out number 1. Bregman robbed of what would have been a sure double if that got by Lee. 1 away.
Absolute bullet. Lee has made a couple really nice plays in this series. That had double written all over it. That's a Gold Glove type play by Lee.
I'm looking. I mean, I haven't seen a third baseman from Minnesota do something like that since it said Coomer on the back of the jersey.
Wow. I might be on the DL if I caught that one now for a long time.
Ian Happ at the plate, and he looks at a strike from Bradley. A fastball clocked at 96 miles per hour. 0-1 the count. Cubs with a 5-1 lead over the Twins. It's the middle game of this 3-game set. Bradley with the kick and pitch, and Happ swings and misses at a splitter. 0-2. Bradley, the right-hander, works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. He works his motion and deals, and Happ swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him with a splitter, too quickly away here in the last of the 5th for the Cubs. They're up 5-1 over Minnesota, and Nico Horner will dig in.
Now, I know we've had a lot of visitors today. I'm looking down at my book, and there's one guest in the attendance game.
Yes.
I will say 40,200. You want me to guess for Pat?
No, we'll get his guess.
You sure? Okay.
Nico Horner looks at a ball inside, 1-0.
And Z, you got a guess?
I think Paul gave me a guess of 39,922. I feel squeezed. Here's the 1-0. And a broken background ball base hit in the left for Nico Horner. That's his 3rd hit of the ball game, all singles, including an RBI single in the 3rd. But after 2 hits last night, maybe Nico finally starting to turn the corner.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You get 4 days off to clear your head a little bit. When you're as good a player and as good a hitter as Nico Horner is, you get back to what you do the best. And that's what we've seen over the last 2 days. Hanging line drives and hard hit line drive, hard one-hop, 2 hoppers through the infield.
Pedro Ramirez swings and pops it up on the infield left side. Lee being called off now by Kreidler, the shortstop, who makes the catch closer to second than third, halfway between the 2 bases for out number 3. Horner stranded at first. Cubs with a 5-1 lead over the Twins after 5 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw. Mornings, 5:30 to 10.
Baker gathers it in, and the AL in a shutout. The American League has now claimed 11 of the last 13 All-Star games.
Vargas sends one deep to left, and a no doubt about it, Vargas' second deck bomb.
His father was an absolute stud in Cuba, and now he just homered in the All-Star game.
Pages grounds one towards the middle. Backhand stab by Clement. Heaves a throw and gets him. Wow! Ernie Clement, who's known more for his bat, shows off the glove right here, John. What a play. And the American League has pitched the first shutout in the All-Star game in 13 years.
Tough night for the National League hitters.
That's the 15th strikeout. Two-run single, Cody Bellinger. And the American League gets to Sanchez here in the first.
Cody Bellinger, the Ted Williams MVP. There you go, Cody. Congrats. Enjoy it.
First pitch. Swinging a line drive, shallow center. On comes Young. He goes into a slide. Did he catch it? Yes, he did. Second base umpire points to the first base umpire. Blakeney says he caught it on a sliding grab. What a catch by Young. Just making sure he got it. He did. Phillies don't have a challenge, and Jacob Young saves a couple of runs with that sliding shoestring catch.
And no question, right into his glove, no short hop. Great play, huge play.
So after all that, the base is left loaded, a 1-1 game.
The Cubs take on the Yankees at 1:20. Up to the first 5,000 early arriving fans of the Budweiser bleachers. 21 and older will receive a Cubs 1960s replica jersey presented by Budweiser.
Austin Martin hits a pop fly, playable left side of the infield for Alex Bregman. Right near the third base bag in foul territory, makes the catch. And Zach, you were saying...
Well, the copy here says be sure to arrive early. Friday, July 31st, Cubs, Yankees 1:20. First 5,000 early arriving fans of the Budweiser bleachers, 21 and older, will receive a Cubs 1960s replica jersey presented by Budweiser. And also, Pat, we need your guess in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game.
Gee willikers, you're right. Jeffers the batter. He'll take a strike. I will go ahead and guess. Let's see. Yesterday, 39.8 minus 6 divided by carry the 1. Here comes the 0-1 to Jeffers. Fouled off to the right out of play. I will guess 40,404. How do you like those apples?
Oh, man. You came to play today.
Sort of. 0-2 on Jeffers. Bright, sunny, warm summer afternoon at Wrigley, and the Cubs on top by a score of 5-1. Matthew Boyd very effective so far today, just 2 hits allowed. The only Twins run, a home run by Cody Clemens in the second. The Cubs scored in each of the first 3 innings. Michael Busch, a first inning home run. Miguel Amaya, a 2-run double in the second. And then in the third, an RBI single by Horner and an RBI double by Ramirez. Nico Horner 3 for 3 on the afternoon. Changeup is low and outside. 2-2 on Ryan Jeffers. I'll bet a lot of people have misread his last name and called him Jeffries. And the crowd cheering that insight. Here is the pitch. Outside 3-2. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, Zach, but
you're like Socrates.
What team does he play for? Here's a liner into shallow left center, falling in there for a base hit. A 1-out single for Ryan Jeffers. And the batter now is Josh Bell. Cubs lead 5-1 here in inning number 6. But the crowd reacting to, is it Dexter Fowler?
Yeah, I think it's Dex. Some of the guys are walking. They have come from the press box, and they're walking through the fans.
Bell bounces one to third. Backhanded by Bregman. Low throw to Nico. Turns it beautifully. What a double play. Great play by Bregman on the backhand short hop. His low throw dug out by Horner. He had to negotiate a sliding Jeffers and fired to first. That is a wonderful 5-4-3 double play. You won't see a better one. And the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs on top 5-1 over the Twins on the score.
In his Cruz, he dives and he caught it. Headlong diving catch to his left.
Naylor over and reaches and has it. Wow! Gets up, throws to first, and they got him. What a stretch by T.J. Rumfield.
Grichuk lays out for the grab. Randall Grichuk saves the day.
And this one's lined back up the middle. A leaping catch by Terang. That is a tremendous catch by Bryce.
He lays out, makes a diving catch. A full-out dive skidding across the warning track.
Left side, Song dives to his left and makes the catch to end the inning. Great pick by Henderson. Spin, throws, got him. Gunnar Henderson does it now. Great play by Jordan to second out. Oh, I don't know how he kept that one from going down the left field line. Ground ball back into the glove of Gage Jump, and a high throw to first is going to be in time. Leaping grab by Muncy. His only play will be to first, and it's in time to get Tawa.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Dansby Swanson's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
Dansby Swanson will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Big crowd at Wrigley. Cubs on top 5-1, trying to even up the series at 1 victory apiece. Same two teams again tomorrow in the series finale. It'll be Shota Imanaga against Zebby Matthews. Zebby is a right-hander. And Dansby will try to crank up a Cubs rally here in the 6th inning. And he'll take low. The new right-handed pitcher for Minnesota is Paredes. Michael Paredes. You understand he prefers to go by Mike. Here comes the 1-0 to Swanson. Dansby will take a strike and the count 1-1.
I'll tell you what, that's some quick reporting. You running down there on the mound and asking him and then getting up here. That's impressive. That's Hall of Fame stuff right there.
It's this little two-way radio. I'm not sure how it works, but here comes the 1-1 pitch, fouled off to the right and out of play. We enjoyed having John Lester in our booth, though. Very thoughtful, very smart man. And was he a pleasure to cover as a broadcaster, Ron? Wow.
I was in between innings. I was talking to Zach about him a little bit, and there, the leadership and all those things, and being a number one starter and coming in and helping change the mentality of a franchise that had not won in over 100 years. All those things. But then the other thing that stood out in-game performance to me that was really impressive.
Here comes the 1-2 to Dansby. Cracked on the ground, foul toward third.
He was unflappable. Yeah. Things would happen, in a game, and they do all the time. And it's not going your way, and the balls aren't being caught. You're having issues with the ball strike calls. Pick it. Whether John was very, very unflappable, and he would keep pounding the strike zone pitch after pitch.
Fly ball to deep right center, converging Keyshaw and Martin. Keyshaw drops the ball. Dansby around second. He's going for 3, and he's going to have a sliding triple. The center fielder Keyshaw and the right fielder Martin converging on the track. You had each other to think about, the outfield wall, and the wind, Ron, so a lot of factors on that play.
Yeah, and Keyshaw not natural center fielder. He is a second baseman that's been moved out there. So, this is very different for him playing out there. He's got great athletic ability, but I don't think he understood where he was at on the field or how much room he had before he got to the wall.
It's a 3-base hit for Swanson. Miguel Amaya, the batter. Infield in for Minnesota. And the pitch inside. 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams. We are 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR-FM and HD1 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
One lead. Amaya will check a swing and take inside.
You're going to challenge this
the
ball.
The catcher's challenging.
Ball strike challenge, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
So he almost swung, and it was a borderline pitch, and it was called a ball, and it remains a ball by about a third of an inch. Seriously, .30. Yeah. Infield in, the right-hander set. The 2-0 to Amaya. Swing and a miss. 2-1 now, Ron. How would you approach this at bat?
Well, Maya just got fooled somewhat by the cutter away. He was pulling off of it. And so if you're the hitter, to me, if I did that in a situation like this, you're probably going to see some more of those. And then I would just dial in the other way and make sure I drove this ball to right center field.
The 2-1, fisted foul. Now it's 2-2.
See, and that pitch is not a strike. That's the difference. Now that's a pitch well inside off the plate, and he chased it. So now you're chasing both sides of the plate. That's the problem. Now you got to dial back in and shorten the swing and try to put this ball in play.
Pitching changes by the opposition, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs. And the 2-2 pitch. And here it comes. Swing and a miss. He got him on a slow off-speed delivery. One away, a runner still at third. But Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. Pete Crow Armstrong, the batter. Pete is 0 for 3, so he's due. Infield remains in with one away, and the Cubs leading 5-1. Sixth inning. Pete swings and misses. Good changeup, 0-1.
That was a high change. Pete got a good pitch to drive to the middle of the diamond or left center. That's where he was looking to hit it, just underneath.
Pete has struck out a couple of times today. Also popped out to right, so he's due. Here comes the 0-1 from the right-hander Paredes. Swinging a bouncer foul toward first. Now it's 0-2. So you got a count of 0-2. What's on your mind?
Now you got to just choke up and, shorten the swing, control the barrel, and just put it in play. Dansby's going to be going on contact. So Dansby's going to try to get the best lead he can. Lee, the third baseman, playing fairly close to the bag at third to try to keep Dansby close.
No balls and 2 strikes. The next pitch, swing and a foul tip, strike 3. Pete knew he foul tipped it. He thought it hit the dirt.
And that's what they're calling.
Now it is a foul ball.
Good job by the home plate umpire, Nate Tomlinson. He was checking. It was foul tip. The catcher comes up with the ball saying, I got it. But he checked the baseball, and Caratini was going to throw it away. He didn't let him, and they called it a foul ball. Got the call right.
It's 0-2 on Pete. And the pitch by Paredes. Very high, almost a wild pitch. It's one of those days you don't know how many runs you're going to need to win. Wind blowing out, it's warm, the ball is carrying. You want to build that lead up as high as possible. Right now it's 5-1 Cubs. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Pete strikes out for the third time today. His timing just seems a little bit off today.
Yeah, the other thing you got to remember, too, is he did not get any break. He really didn't. You know, you go to the All-Star game, home run derby, you're participating in the festivities if you're not in the derby. Then you play the game. Then the next day is another event, you know, an awards ceremony thing, and then you get 1 day. So, you know, that is one of the issues that baseball players run into during the All-Star break if you're one of the elite players, is you don't get that time off.
Now, you made the All-Star team in '99. Did you find that it really shortens your break?
Yeah, absolutely. And back then we had 3 days off. So you literally had a travel day, and we traveled to Chicago from Boston, and the following day you played. You know, and it was the same thing. You know, I played in the All-Star game almost every year in the minor leagues, and it was the same thing.
Something tells me you would not trade that, though, for many things.
No.
Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, and the count 1-2.
Yeah, no, you're going to the game. You'll find sleep some other time, but you're going to the All-Star game. Yeah, you would not want to miss that.
That's like postseason travel, Ron. We travel from February all the way until October, and then you travel more. I say let's keep traveling.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2 pitch.
Yeah.
Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Wow. The Cubs squander a leadoff triple by Dansby Swanson. As we move to inning number 7, it's the Cubs 5 and the Twins 1 on the score in the Northwestern.
Got a couple packs of Topps 2002. Going to open them up and see who I played with.
Oh, Bartolo Colon. This is actually a pretty good pack. So I got a chance to play with Bartolo in Cleveland. Really good teammate, cool dude. It was fun, man. He was always a great hitter.
Woody Williams, probably one of the best Astro killers ever. You always enjoyed chewing the stale gum while you were looking for your heroes.
There's a storm warning in South Florida. It's the Miami Marlins.
Baseball's hottest June team, and they stay red hot this month.
The fish are flying and are officially the hottest team in baseball this month. Otto Lopez is looking extremely all-starry at short. He's among league leaders in batting average, hits, and multi-hit games.
Otto Lopez has himself yet another multi-hit day.
Right beside him, Xavier Edwards, putting up solid on-base numbers while flashing some silky smooth glove work. Throw in Liam Hicks breaking out at 27, Max Meyer emerging as one of the league's best pitchers, and Sandy Alcantara starting to regain his Cy Young form. And hey, they've already proved they can beat the best. This season, they're the only team to hand losses to aces Shohei Ohtani, Paul Skeens, and The Miz. Red flags are out in Little Havana. These Marlins are dangerous.
And let's see what's on tap here in the 7th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling, Next Generation Light Beer. Cubs up 5-1. One ball has been put in flight so far today by the Cubs, and that was Michael Busch with an early home run in that first inning. But, Pat, I'd like to say happy birthday to my wife, Paula. Today is 60 for her. She's got a big birthday. We've got a lot of Minnesota family and friends in town, and she said she was very thankful that Major League Baseball scheduled this Twins series around her birthday.
Well, she could pass for many years fewer than the actual figure, Ron. So happy birthday, Paula.
Yeah.
We go to inning number 7. Caleb Thielbar, the new pitcher, induces a ground ball off the bat of Victor Caratini to the shortstop Swanson. He fires to first. One pitch, one away. But before we talk about Thielbar, let's talk about Matthew Boyd. It's the sign of both a good pitcher and a team leader, Ron, after a loss, to come up with a strong outing the very next game.
Yeah, and as we have talked about, when he came back off the injured list, his arm looks fresh, his body does. He's thrown the ball exceptionally well. First pitch in for a strike from Thielbar. But today, good high fastball, that running fastball. He's had a very good hook today. A couple punch outs on breaking balls, and another very good outing by Matthew.
He gave up 1 run on 3 hits in 6 strong innings. An outing that John Lester would have been happy to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And did have many times. Here comes the 1-1 from Caleb Thielbar, and it's a fastball strike, 1-2. Cubs pitching changes. Those are brought to you by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Milwaukee plays tonight in Wisconsin against Miami. I was reading about Milwaukee. They've got some real pitching issues, and we knew about most of them, and we've already talked about some of them.
Yeah.
There is a pitch outside for a ball, but I was looking at some of their most recent bits of news. Brandon Woodruff is now on the 60-day injured list, so his right shoulder is nowhere near game ready. Here's a liner foul down the third baseline, so Woodruff may not pitch at all for the rest of the year. That's a likelihood. They acquired Lance McCullers from Houston in a trade. Jacob Mizorowski missed the All-Star game. He's going to be out for at least the next 2 series, and we'll see about after that. Left-hander Kyle Harrison has tightness in his forearm, and he's been one of their best pitchers. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Now they beat Miami, and there is strike 3, and that is going to be out number 2. Lee is gone. Now Milwaukee did beat Miami 2-1 in 10 innings in Milwaukee last night, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is, Ron, even the best teams will struggle in Major League Baseball, and I think primarily because of the sheer volume of games.
Yeah.
Swinging a chopper foul. That's 162 regular season games. Nobody in other sports can even begin to relate to that.
Yeah, no, I would agree. And to keep your rotation, John Lester said something when he was in the booth a couple innings ago. 29 starts at least from every one of the guys in the rotation. Think of that, and now think of this Cubs team. The Brewers now are experiencing it. You know, if your rotation guys are good and they stay healthy all year, you're going to be an elite team. If they don't, it makes it very difficult to stay at the top.
The 1-1 to Clemens, fly ball, right field and deep. Back goes Suzuki at the wall. This ball is going to leave the yard. And Cody Clemens has his second home run of the day. A towering drive. It got up into the breeze. And Cody now with 18 home runs. And his father, Roger, would be very proud to be here today. He might be here today.
I'm not sure if he is. I've not seen Rocket since the series started, but I know he's watching, and he will definitely appreciate the 2 bombs by his son.
So now the Cub lead is 6-2. Let me correct that. 5-2 in inning number 7. And Ryan Kreidler will take inside for a ball. Keep an eye on Boston. They're underway, or at least they will be shortly, at home against Tampa. It's raining there, we understand. There's a drive down the right field line, slicing toward foul territory, out of play. Boston, 11 straight wins. So many things in baseball, they just come right out of the blue. And I don't care how smart you are or how many years of experience you've got, there's no way you could predict it.
Yeah. Boston had its struggles all season long, and now they're climbing right back in the race.
Kreidler with a count of 1-2. Cubs leading 5-2. We're in the 7th inning with 2 down. Huge crowd at Wrigley. I mentioned the Cubs pitching change, brought to you by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. And a check swing on a low pitch. Quality start by Matthew Boyd. Quality starts brought to you by Benjamin Moore. Start your next project with quality paints from Benjamin Moore, official paint of the Chicago Cubs. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on a breaking ball. The Twins get a run on the home run by Cody Clemens. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. The Cubs have a 5-2 lead here at Wrigley. And let's enjoy Take Me Out to the Ball Game. It's the guest conductors of the 2016 World Series champions.
World Series champions.
All right, Cubs fans, let's go. We're in the bleachers with the 2016 champions. I need to hear y'all loud and clear. And a 1, and a 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and crackers. I don't care if my everyday black stuff is fruit. Root for the colony. 'Cause they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, they're out at the old ball game. Let's go, Cubbies!
This weekend, the Cubs celebrate 10 years since they became world champions. This is the Cubs Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because
the Red Sox got their 4th of July party started early with a 4-game sweep of the struggling Yankees at Fenway.
Can you believe it?
It's the first time the Sox have swept a 4-game series from the Yankees since 2018, and it's largely thanks to the efforts of their red-hot rookie-filled rotation. With the Yankee offense continuing to struggle without Aaron Judge, the Sox pitchers didn't miss a beat. Connolly early set the stage with a 9K performance in a Game 1 duel against Cam Schlittler, while Peyton Tolley provided a strong follow-up act with 7 one-hit innings in Game 2. And the newest rookie, Jake Bennett, got in on the action himself and took home the win in Game 3.
And all of a sudden, the Red Sox are rolling against their arch rival.
But it was the veteran Sonny Gray who provided the showstopper in Game 4, taking a no-hitter into the 8th in his finest start of the year. Jarren Duran capped the sweep with a 10th-inning walk-off that kept the Yankees tumbling out of first place.
Wins. I mean, a squeeze bunt by a starting pitcher pinch hitting?
Yeah, right.
How often do you see that?
No, you just don't. No.
And Joe Madden, after that game, it was a great comeback. Cubs were down 6-0 early, as I recall. They scored, I think, 2 or 3 runs to tie the game in the 9th inning. And the squeeze bunt for the game winner came, I think, in the 11th. But Joe Madden said, that's the kind of a win that can put you on a nice little winning streak. And I believe the Cubs would win 11 in a row, starting with that win. Here's a check swing. The pitch is down low, no swing.
Yeah, they went on some kind of roll, and it never stopped.
And that's when you want to get red hot. You're after the All-Star break, which, of course, we are now. This is when it gets fun and exciting and dramatic if you're a contender. 2-2 pitch is outside, 3-2, and we anticipate a lot of exciting games between now and the end of this year.
Yeah, this is going to be a great stretch of what's now 65 games, including this one today. With Cubs, right in the heart of the playoff race, whether it be the division or in the lead in the wild card race.
3-2 pitch from Paredes. And Bush will drive one foul down the left field line, out of play. Thinking of the 10-year reunion, I still have copies of my particular scorecard that I kept during Game 7, and we've made some copies. It's available. We can personalize that and sign it for you at baseballvoices.com. The next pitch is taken high for a ball, and Bush draws the walk. But that's been a lot of fun, and sometimes people buy one for neighbors or friends or co-workers in the office. And we're happy to sign those for you. Baseballvoices.com.
Well, that is part of the Hall of Fame things that were sent to Cooperstown from the 16 World Series.
Alex Bregman batting. Alex takes outside for a ball.
I have your copy in my restaurant. Yeah, a lot of people go up and take pictures of it next to it. They're like, did your scorecard look like this? No.
The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike.
Mine's still in my book, and Pat's is in Cooperstown.
Well, I filled it out as I always do and kept score just so I could keep track of what's transpiring in the game. And then when it was over, I had no idea how popular it would become. Here's a drive foul. Our boss, Mitch Rosen, at the radio station, the score, he said, Pat, would you mind if we made some copies of those and sent them out to sponsors?
Right.
And I said, by all means, that's fine. And then Bruce Levine, who does the pregame show here on the score, he and I were doing an event one night, and he said, why don't you bring a few of those? Swing and a miss, and Bregman is out on strikes, and that's out number one. And we were going to speak to a group of maybe 100 or so, and he said, why don't you bring some?
Yeah.
And I put them out on a table, and people looked at them. The next thing I know, I think there were like 40 or 50 people just in an hour or two that said, I got to have that.
Yeah.
And I happily sold them and signed them, and it really is a fun thing. BaseballVoices.com. Ian Happ waits and takes inside for a ball. Also got one of the Kerry Wood 20 strikeout game. We've got Kyle Hendricks' masterpiece, Game 6 of the NLCS scorecard from that same 2016 year. Now we got time called as Paredes.
Yeah, and he's looking down at his hand, and it's a hot day, and on these days where you get sweaty and hot, a lot of times that's where the blister thing comes into play. He's looking down at I believe it's his middle finger on his throwing hand.
Manager Derek Shelton is out there. The home plate umpire Nate Tomlinson is out taking a look at Paredes and his hand. All of his teammates are gathered around. And at some point the umpire will say, well, we got to keep the game moving, so either he stays in and continues, or we have to get somebody else in here.
He's going to try to stay in the game. They're going to let him throw a pitch or two. Well, usually when you see a guy digging at his finger, that's usually the end of the day, but he's okay, so they're gonna keep him in there.
So we will resume. Still on the mound is Mike Paredes. Let me make sure of that. Yep, still Paredes in the game. One away and a man at first. We're in the 7th inning, and the Cubs on top by a score of 5-2. Ian Happ to bat left-handed. He's got the powder blue batting gloves on either hand. Happ is 0 for 2 with a walk. He did score a run. Throw to first, close play. Diving back in is Bush.
Michael trying to time up Paredes' set and then throw home and see if he could get a running lead. He did not, and he almost got picked off.
We're going to take a look at a little baseball history as we move along. The 18th of July. And the next offering to Happ is in there for a called strike. This date in baseball history brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. The great Joe Torre is 86 years old today.
Oh, wow. My old skipper, what a great guy.
One of the best. I just did an event with him for the late Bob Uecker up in Milwaukee last year. So he would have been 85. He looked 70-ish.
Yeah, he's doing great. Every time you see him, he's just such an upbeat guy.
Fly ball left center. Keyshaw, the center fielder, calling and squeezing. And that's going to be the second out in the inning. Holding at first is Bush. Cubs lead 5-2, and the batter is Nico Horner. Let's see if Nico can keep his good day going. He is 3 for 3. And when he starts having days like this, Ron, 2 singles to right, 1 single to left, you know that his world is getting back to where he wants it to be.
Yeah, he's starting to get locked in, keeping the ball out of the air and driving the ball through the infield on the line.
And there's another base hit to right. Stopping at second is Michael Bush. Now, in one of the other sports, you'd say we have to play a zone defense.
Yeah.
Basketball or football. No zones in baseball.
No, this is a pitch middle, knee high, and he smokes it to right. And not one ball went in the air today. Everything stayed on the line or one hop through the infield. And Nico with 4 hits in the ballgame.
3 to the opposite field. And when he gets hot, he swings early in the count, too.
Yeah, he's on the attack. There's no doubt.
Here's Ramirez. 2 men on, 2 down. Cubs lead 5-2. Ramirez had an RBI double in the 3rd. As he takes a strike 0-1. The great Ty Cobb lashed out his 4,000th hit on this date in 1927. And the 0-1. A looping line drive, base hit right field. This is going to drive in a run. Horner racing to third. The throw to the plate, not in time. Cubs on top, 6-2. Sounding like a broken bat. And if it did break his bat, that bat died as a hero.
Second RBI in the ballgame for Ramirez. He hit a double earlier in the game to drive in a run, and now he goes down and gets this off-speed pitch. And he does. He breaks his bat, drops one in the short right. Bushy scores. Great base running by Nico. He knew there would be a play at the plate. He goes first to third. Cubs have something going here in the bottom of the 7th.
Ramirez, a multi-RBI game. That'll never go out of style. He's got 9 RBIs for the year. Cubs on top 6-2. And here's Dansby Swanson. And he'll take way outside, almost a wild pitch. The legendary Willie Mays had base hit number 3,000 on this date in 1970. Here comes the 1-0. Swanson will take a strike,
now,
1-1.
Do you remember what year did Willie Mays retire? Do you remember?
I want to say 70, right after he played in the World Series for the Mets. I want to say 73 or 4.
That's what I kind of thought. I remember coming here to Wrigley Field with my dad, and Willie Mays was in that game, and I didn't, you didn't appreciate him at that age for me, but I was here for it.
He was something to see. Yeah. Ground ball toward the middle, gloved by the second baseman Clemens. He throws to first in time. It ends the inning, but the Cubs add to their lead, getting a run. On 2 hits, they leave a pair. It's on.
Gathers himself and he gets Benj on a nice play by Bryson Stott over there at second, diving to his left. 1 pitch and another 1 pitch out.
Dead center field into the batter's eye for Francisco Alvarez. A solo home run gives the Mets a 1-0 lead.
1-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ball in the dirt for Devin Williams. His 14th save this season and the 100th save of his major league career.
Beatty has left the yard. 5th home run of the year comes off Nola here in the 7th. It's 2-0 Mets. His 2nd blast of the night, and back-to-back homers make it 3-0 New York.
Strike 3 called. Phillies lose the challenge. Christian Scott has struck out 7 Phillies through 5 scoreless innings, and he and the Mets take a 1-0 lead into the 6th.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Southwest Airlines is the official airline of your Chicago Cubs. And you can bet your sweet Cubbies we fly to their away games. Hint, hint.
Top of the 8th inning here at Wrigley. The 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K. To donate your car today. Cubs up 6-2, Patrick. Been a good day all around the board for the Chicago Cubs so far.
And a good day for our engineer, Paul Zarang. He was the winner in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Luke Keyshaw leads it off from Minnesota. Right-handed batting center fielder. Keyshaw with a single and a strikeout. The new Cub right-handed pitcher is Trent Thornton. The pitch popped up shallow right center. Battling the sun is Suzuki. Does he see it? Yes, he does. I like what Pete Carr Armstrong did run. Instead of being a spectator, he ran about, well, I'd say about 120 feet just in case Seiya did not see that ball.
Yeah.
That's good hustle.
Yeah, absolutely. And both of them know how difficult this sun can be on the real high fly ball. And that is a good play by Pete, no doubt. Cubs pitching changes, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Trevor Larnach, the batter, facing Thornton. Breaking ball strike. The Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game, the actual figure, 39,508. And Paul Zarang is our winner, the great engineer.
Ziggy.
There's a pitch in there for a strike. Paul says he's going to celebrate by coming back and playing again tomorrow.
Oh, that's good. There you go.
We thank Benny's. Well, what a great sponsor they've been for so many years. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Trevor Larnach waiting for the 0-2. Takes down low for a ball.
7th inning stretch, sponsored by Volvo XC90. Room for everyone. Ready for wherever the road takes you.
And now the 1-2 pitch on the way. Wrapped on the ground to second. Scoop. Knocked down really by Nico. Picks it up. Throws him out. Nico stayed in front of that ball. It bounced up and hit him either in the arm or in the stomach. But he kept it near his body. That's the key on that play. Keep it near your body and make the play.
Yeah, this ground's getting hard, and that ball, topspin bullet, hit to Nico's left, came up on him, but he did, as you said, Pat, kept it close to him and got the out. That qualifies as tough plays of the game, sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
I guess, Ron, you played a lot of infield, and I played amateur infield, but when you keep your body in front of the ball, on a ball like that where you kind of anticipate a tricky hop, you're using your body kind of as a backstop.
Yeah, you
just knock it down.
Yep.
And Roden will take high for a ball.
Kind of roll both arms in to try to take that ball in the middle of your body in hopes that you catch it, but if not, you still got to play on the ball.
You don't want to be stabbing at the ball off to one side.
No.
You'd much rather get your body in front and then play it off the body and then react to wherever it goes.
Yeah, especially on a ball that's bouncing like that. If it's a one-hop line drive, might be a little different, but that ball Nico had is exactly how you should play it.
Looping line drive, base hit by Alan Roden. Roden batting for the first time, batting for Austin Martin. Singling into left with 2 down. Cubs leading 6-2 here in the 8th inning, and the batter is Ryan Jeffers.
Been a few catches of the game today. There's been a couple of them. They're sponsored by Catch Des Moines. The Iowa State Fair is back. Yes, it is, folks. August 13th through the 23rd. Catch the fair spirit Plan your trip to the Iowa State Fair.
Bouncing ball to second. Horner's got it. Throws to first to get him. Nice scoreless inning by Trent Thornton. We move to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs 6, Twins 2. This is the score and the Northwestern.
You've got to be very careful where you're going because you might not get there. But how exactly can you go from a yogi to a king to perfectos, the old professor, and pine tar? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
The rule was, can't be more than 18 inches of pine tar. Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he is. He's out. Yes, Brett is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Pirates a 7-1 drubbing of the Guardians. There's a whole bunch of other action currently taking place. Bottom 5 Phillies lead the Mets 4-1. Trey Turner a solo home run, and Kyle Schwarber with a 2-run shot, number 33 on the year for him.
Amaya will take a strike. Zach, how many runs would a team have to be leading in order to earn the phrase drubbing?
Well, they're up by 6.
6?
Right? Yeah.
That's a good drubbing number. Here's a pitch outside for a ball, 1-1. Nice having that discussion with you, by the way, Zach.
Other games taking place. Got a nail biter in Toronto. Bottom 4 White Sox and Blue Jays are scoreless.
Here's a drive toward right. Martin is there making the catch. That ball was hit fairly sharply, and it carried almost to the warning track, but Amaya is out number 1, and the batter is Pete Pro Armstrong. Pete needs a hit.
Yeah, he's had a couple punch outs in the game today. See if he can hit him a line drive to finish up this ball game.
Pete nothing for 7 in this series. The new Twins left-handed pitcher Kendry Rojas delivers a strike, 0-1. Kendry always works out of the stretch. This ball is hit in the air to left. Playable for Larnach, and he'll make the catch. That ball kind of got hung up in the wind and did not go as far as we thought it might initially. It's out number 2.
Good at bat, though, for Pete. Line drive to left, and that's good progress, left on left, and hopefully he can take that into tomorrow and get himself back on track.
Suzuki, the batter, he will take a strike. Ron, you play a lot of weekend day games at Wrigley, almost all the time, in fact. Then you play Saturday day and Sunday day in other cities as well. Here comes the 0-1. Let me ask you this. In your career, say you had a rough day on Saturday afternoon, how hard is it not to think about that game as you try to rest up and get ready for Sunday?
Very. You bring that home with you almost every day. You try not to, but that's easy to say. It's not easy to do. The thing that will help if you're a Cub today is ball clubs win. You're up 6-2. If you get a win and you go home with a win, that makes it a lot more palatable than, if you're hitting in the middle of the lineup and you lose and you leave a bunch of men on base.
Yeah, the 1-2, it's outside. I was going to say that win gives you that positive energy.
Yeah.
And now you're not really basking in the game because you know you have another one tomorrow, but you're really looking forward to that next game.
That's exactly right.
Here's the 2-2. Fouled away by Seiya.
This time of the year, wins, they just carry more weight, I think, too. You get past the All-Star break. There's going to be 64 more games left as of tomorrow. And, you start scoreboard watching. You start seeing exactly where you're at.
A looper shallow right, racing in. Morton can't get there. It's a base hit. And Seiya gets his second knock of the day. He didn't hit it real hard, but that'll make up for a line drive that gets caught.
Yeah, this one's fisted by Seiya. Just kind of dumps it into short right down the line, fair by about 15 feet or so. Kind of in no man's land for a base knock. Opponent's pitching changes. They're sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs, leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com.
Michael Busch facing the left-hander Rojas, and he'll take a strike. Busch got the Cubs offense going with a first-inning home run to right. He also walked and scored a run in the 7th. He now has 12 home runs. Here's the 0-1, and he'll take a strike. And Busch is in that category of Cubs hitters where they could certainly use a hot stretch of hitting from him between now and the end of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. If you remember, Busch, he got really hot, in that September point and carried it right into the playoffs last year. He was one of the hottest hitters in all of baseball.
He takes outside 1-2. Cubs are here for a day game tomorrow. Go to Cubs.com for ticket info. The Detroit Tigers, the men from Motown, they'll be here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. All 3 games begin at 7:05. Cubs.com. The 1-2. Lifted to left, slicing toward the line. Larnach on the run. Tries to make a sliding play, but it's foul and out of play. Well, that's a dangerous play for a corner outfielder. You're running at almost full speed. That sidewall run is only about a foot or two on the other side of the foul line. You've got to be careful.
Yeah, the play is to run as hard as you can. When you step on the warning track, you got to start breaking down into a slide, and that's exactly what he did. The ball hit on the top of the wall, maybe 6 inches from fair territory, and bounced into the stands.
Count remains at 1-2. Cubs lead 6-2. Lefty to lefty, the pitch. Up and in. Busch backs away. 2-2. Cubs out hitting Minnesota 11-5. Thanks to Nico Horner, who is 4 for 4 in this game. 4 singles. He has scored a run and driven in 1. And the 2-2. Swinging a foul back. But just saying 4 for 4 will put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Right? If you ever played any baseball at all, 4 for 4.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
You get 4 knocks in a game, and boy, yeah, it's a good day. Everything's good. Sun's brighter, grass is greener.
And the 2-2. Swing and a miss ends the inning. Cubs don't score. It's on to the 9th inning. Cubs on top 6-2 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs.
In baseball, it's important to use your head, but it's not always helpful.
It hit him in the head, and that's going to be a home run. Well, Jose, you have company.
And batter beware, the animal is loose.
Can I see that jump again? It looked like Luke Cornett.
trying to block a 3.
Now, there's top rail, and then there's yelling 4.
He hits him right in the palm of the glove.
It certainly grades an A for effort.
David Peterson on to pitch. Jacob Marcy loses the bat.
Oh, somebody's throwing a baseball up there from the Mets dugout to try and loosen it.
Shot up the middle. That's where Hyer Lee is, and he drops the ball. Unbelievable.
And how about a look at some heads-up defensive plays?
Converging. It's Antonacci with the diving play.
And what a rolling grab by Jorge Barrosa.
It's by the pole, and Siri got it. He went up and got it.
That, folks, is the magic of baseball. Royo on the spin smother. Got him.
Fundy goes behind the back.
How about that?
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
The Chicago Cubs may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Top 9, Cubs 6, Twins 2. The 9th inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Pat?
Very good, Zach. 9th inning. Cubs 6, Twins 2. Cubs trying to even up this series as Josh Bell takes a big swing at the first pitch by Jacob Webb. And he misses, and the count is 0-1. Webb has done some good work out of that Cubs bullpen. He's getting a lot of opportunities to pitch late in games. Next offering in there for a strike.
Yeah, he's been the late inning, whatever you'd consider the high leverage spot in the ball game. I think Cubs are using a closer role, kind of loosely right now, but he has gotten the highest leverage situations the Cubs bullpen has had here over the last month and a half.
These days, Ron, for bullpens, and in particular the Cubs, because that's the one we're the most familiar with, the roles kind of start to define themselves based upon the performances.
Yep.
Here's a roller back off the glove of Webb. It's going to be an infield single. Jacob tried to reach behind his back and knock that ball down. The ball bounced high in the air, rolled over toward third, and at that point you knew it was going to be an infield single, and it was.
If this ball goes past Webb and he does not try to knock it down from behind him, it's going to be a routine out. Dansby's standing right there. But because Webb hits the ball and it goes over towards third, it ends up being a base hit.
Getting back to roles in the bullpen, I kind of chuckle every year during spring training, and people are saying, well, who's going to be the closer? And who's going to be the setup man? And who's the special left-hander? Again, I think those roles kind of start to define themselves after the first month or two of the season. Caratini, the batter. Caratini 0 for 3, takes down low. You get people out, you get more high leverage spots.
That's right. And I think what happens on a lot of teams now, including the Cubs, is, the bullpens change over so much year after year that is exactly the case.
There is a strike, 1-1.
Cubs pitching change, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
It's good to have some healthy competition within a bullpen. Guys trying to outdo each other. And if they do, that's usually a pretty good thing for the team.
Mm-hmm. Now, we've had these guys here in the booth today. Triples today. Sorry, Pat. Triples today, sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers. Make another donation to Northern Illinois Food Bank. Visit solvehungertoday.org, and they were in our booth today. Very nice people, a lot of fun.
Fastball is high, 2-2. And we enjoy reading those commercials. I think Ron and Zach would wholeheartedly agree. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back out of play.
I do get asked more about that commercial than any others when I'm out and about.
I find myself rehearsing that commercial at the house.
You want to go further with that?
Not all that often. No more than 2 or 3 times a day. Here's the next pitch, drilled into left field, a base hit. Minnesota now making a little noise. They trail by 4, but they've got 2 men on with nobody out in this 9th inning, and the batter is Brooks Lee, so the plot's starting to thicken a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good pitch. Fastball away, and it just gets shot the other way by Caratini. We've seen him do that a bunch through the years. He knows how to hit. So now, got to keep the ball in the ballpark.
Cub lead is 6-2. The left-handed batting Lee will drive one to the gap in right center. That's trouble. Pete Armstrong makes a diving try, traps the ball. It's in for a base hit. Now a base running mistake, and the Cubs are going to get an out on the play. 2 runners are at second. The throw to third is in time. The throw across the diamond. It's a double play. A double play. One of the wildest, wackiest double plays you'll ever see. A base running mistake turns into a double play on what looked like it was going to be a base hit.
Well, it should have been a double. Bell standing on second base. He's the lead runner. He does not go. He's standing on second. Caratini goes to second, thinking this ball's going to land. And Lee, the guy that hit it, rounds first base. He's not looking at the runners in front of him. All 3 guys are close to second base. Then the Cubs start throwing the ball around the infield. They get the out at third of Bell, and then throw back to first and get Lee, who hit the ball. He'll get a single, but he's out going back to first base.
2 down, 9th inning. The Cubs lead 6-2. We're going to get the scoring for you if we can.
I think it's got to be 8, 4, 2, 5, 3. See if I'm right.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. 2 down, a runner at second base. Cubs are 1 out away from winning this ball game. And the pitch to Clemens, bouncing ball foul toward first. Boy, had there not been a base running mistake, they were going to have the tying run at the plate, and it's a guy that already has 2 home runs today in Clemens.
That's right. 8-4-2-5-3. I think I'm right.
That sounds like a full phone number to me. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No swing. Ooh. Bruce Dreckman said no swing. It was close. I'd like to see it again.
Yeah, that pitch up and in. Clemens swings. They decide he did not. We did not get another shot in our booth.
1-2 on Clemens. The pitch on the way. Drilled foul off to the left out of play. It was like the Twins were having a little tea party out at second base. The batter and both base runners, they were all within about, as you said, Ron, maybe 40 feet of each other.
At most.
Strange.
If Bell would have just stayed in the baseline between third and home and not tried to go back to third, it would have just been 1 out, and he would have been out at third. But instead, he tried to go back. They threw him out, and the hitter, Lee, was standing halfway between second and third in no man's land.
Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and the Cubs win the ball game. Listen to this crowd. A very entertaining ball game today, and a Cubs victory by the score of 6-2 over the Minnesota Twins. And I might add, Ron, a much-needed win here today.
Yeah, no doubt. Yesterday, the game was a struggle for the Cubs on offense. Didn't do much hitting. Today, a much different ball game. 11 hits in the game on a big celebration day for the Chicago Cubs franchise. with the 2016 team celebrating their 10-year anniversary of the World Series. And just a great day in front of almost 40,000 people.
Our great friend Bruce Levine is in the third base dugout. We'll go down to him in a minute. Post-game show reminder, stay tuned for the Old National Bank Cubs radio post-game show with Zach Zaidman, the official bank of the Cubs radio network. Cubs congratulating one another, all lined up from the dugout out to the third base line, high-fiving each other, smiling, sharing a joke or two. Cubs again are 12 games above 500 at 55-43. And I believe Bruce is in position to take it away. Bruce.
All right, guys, I'm here with Nico Horner. Nico, what speaks more of the Chicago Cubs in 2026 than the defense, the way you guys made that double play at the end?
Yeah, that's not one you work on in spring training, I don't think, but we played good catch on it. Really nice play by Miggy, heads up, and amazing to get any outs on that play, much less two, and set us up nicely.
First win of the second half. You can't start talking about this game without talking about Matt Boyd and the way he's coming around to be kind of like the pitcher he was last year.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he's someone who's really worked himself into the pitcher that he is now and just reached 10 years of service time, so big accomplishment in our game and kind of icing on the cake to have a great outing like that today.
Nothing says a good start to the second half more than 4 for 4 today. Typical Nico Horner, see the ball, hit the ball hard, find your pitch. Is it when you do it, it looks easy? I know it's not.
Yeah, I definitely don't have the answers, but yeah, you hit the ball hard 3 or 4 times in a game, and you give yourself good chances, and hopefully I do that a lot more.
Congratulations. You know, you're going to Chicago Cut for the best steak in Chicago. How about you and Julia taking me there? Because it's been a tough week for me, all right?
I got you, Bruce. It's hot out. We'll sit outside by the river. It'll be a beautiful night.
Sounds great. Have fun with your teammates.
All right, thank you, Bruce.
Guys, back to you.
Nicely done, Bruce and Nico. Thank you, gentlemen. Chicago Cut Steakhouse features 100% USDA prime steaks and seafood served overlooking the yachts traveling down the Chicago River while guests gaze up at one of the world's most iconic skylines. Chicago Cut's expanded bar has become the city's place to be seen, with guests enjoying one of Chicago's extensive, that's with a T, not a P, extensive wine and spirits offerings. Don't forget to check out the secret food menu only offered in the bar. Come experience polished service, a vibrant energy, and exceptional cuisine at Chicago's best steakhouse, Chicago Cut. And also, I might add, Ron, it's time to fly the W, sponsored by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Chicago Cubs. All in all, a pretty perfect day for the Cubs here at Wrigley.
Yeah, very good day. They played very good baseball. Started with Boyd dealing all game long. He was great. Nico with 4 hits in the ball game, as Bruce was just talking to. And then Michael Busch kicked it off today against his hometown ball club, Minnesota, with a home run to right. So very nice day for the Cubs.
Big decision for you now, Ron. The toast of the game is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. Benny's is the official champagne provider of the Cubs. Who do you like for today's toast of the game ball player?
Anytime a guy gets 4 hits in the ball game and goes 4 for 4, he's the toast of the game ball player. It'll be Nico Horner.
2 outs, 2 strikes on Reggie, and you've got to know he's going to get the super sinker. The set, here it comes. The sinker swung on and missed. Reggie is fuming at Dale Ford. Reggie's been ejected. Reggie Jackson has been thrown out of the game. And now Reggie comes back. He's got a bucket of ice, and he's spreading it all over the AstroTurf. He can't believe it.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.